Welcome to the One Shot Wonderarium. I, as always, am your host, Tony, here with a new cast of folks because I have too many TTRPGs and not enough friends, so of course I trick people from the internet into coming and playing with me. Welcome, welcome, victims, friends, whatever you'd like to call yourselves, as today we're going to be playing a game of Yee-Paw, Hi Racoon. Um, so I'm very, very excited about it. So let's start just by talking a little bit about the game system we're going to have today. The first part about it is it's Wild West and we're animals. So it's going to have some interesting Rango vibes, I'm guessing. And then the other thing is we're not really using dice today. I might use some dice for some things on the background, but most of our players won't be using dice at all. They will be using cards. And so you can actually see to my right over here, we actually have a card game, sort of a card generator here that we will use to help play Texas Hold'em to resolve any disputes that happen during the game. In addition, there are some items and some things that may change the results, and there are some negatives that can happen by the way that some of this comes about. So, that is our general rundown of the game. Now, let's start with, let's just have players. Let's go ahead and have you introduce yourself. Agent P, you're all the way on the left of the screen, so let's start with you.
Hello everyone, I'm Agent P, I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing River Sutton, who's the shopkeeper in this here town. Excited to play and excited to see what shenanigans we get up to.
Amazing. And then next up is Kayla.
Hey y'all, I'm Kay, or some variation of just Kay on the web, depending on when I joined. Most of the time, I've been in a bunch of these kinds of streams. I love it. I also freelance and design in it, particularly with a company called Underground Oracle Publishing, which we've mostly feature cipher system. And if you want to find me, I'm sure I'm linked here, but you can also look me up on Linktree as just Gay K, and that links to literally everything. And I'm playing Will Diggums, aka Diggs, the Undertaker Hedgehog of our dear city.
Amazing. And James.
Yeah, I'm James, or GravityFail87 on all socials. You can go find me there. Or if you want to check out my live stream, it's Ampersandbox Tabletop RPG, or Ampersandbox TTRPG over on YouTube and other socials. But today I'm having fun. I'm going to be playing Ephraim, Ulysses, Jesiciah, the gator prospector of the town.
Love it. The way this game starts is our players will start around a table here. But I'll go ahead and give just a little bit of intro and a little bit of setting the scene details for y'all here as we get going. So we zoom in on a town out in the desert, and the sun beats down on this town. It's the town of Brightspring, and it makes the town hotter than the inside of a six-shooter, echoing from the sound of action. The namesake spring dried up long ago, and in chasing it, a gold mine was found. It's one of the few reasons folks stuck around this place. It's mighty dangerous out here on the frontier, and Brightspring is a place where critters have to fend for yourself first, else you might not make it to help someone else later. This is especially true since the sudden demise of the town's protector, one Wyatt J. Eagle. Wyatt's sharp eye and quicker draw kept the riffraff away, but now the town's open for the wrong kind of business. The town's wounded, and the vultures are circling, headed by the infamous Rowdy Rocky, who's been making it known that he has no goodwill for the town and the critters who live in it. Most folk are afraid of Rocky. The large feathered ne'er-do-well has been making it known that he wants the town gone, and will stop at nothing to accomplish it. just last week, there was a fire at the Jenkins place in between here and the neighboring town of Thornwell. When the place was found, the family was gone, and the rubble of that home was piled into a message that says, Brightspring is next. It's the message that's still abuzz in town as our player characters sit around a rickety table with legs propped up by small slivers of wood to keep it from rocking too much and sending the cards flying when a game gets mildly heated. You're in the Wet Whistle Saloon, the town's favorite and only saloon, where the air is stale with the sweat of a few miners, farmers, and other laboring types finishing their day with a couple of glasses of cold brew. Welcome to the Wet Whistle Saloon, y'all. So, we can, just to get us going here and get everybody sort of acquainted to how Texas Hold'em works, we can play a few rounds of Texas Hold'em that won't count against us. One of the other things that I will say for a viewer perspective is the actual rounds of Texas Hold'em are how time in the game progresses. When you get, there are multiple time zones, right? We're going to start in the afternoon, and then evening, and then high noon tomorrow is when everything is going to hit the fan. All right, so we have 2 times to set traps, to do things around town, to get everybody ready to go. But that depends on how many kings show up in the cards. Because once we hit 6 kings, we're on to the next time. So it could be short or it could be long, but we're here for it. So, like I said, these couple of hands won't count against us, but just so everybody gets the vibe of Texas Hold'em and how the game works. So what'll happen is I will, like everyone will get 2 cards of their own, right? So I'll set 2 cards down here, as you all can see my deck over here, and then I will set up. And normally there is a method in Texas Hold'em. In this game, we're not dealing with burning extra cards or doing anything too crazy like that. We're not too worried about that at the moment. But I'm going to set out 5 cards here. Right? And for these 5 cards, what we're going to do is we're going to reveal 3 of them. And then I'm going to check in with players. Players have a chance to fold, discard 1 card or both cards, or to stick it out. When they stick it out, they wager. We're not doing this right now, but for later on, they'll wager a grit. That grit is your health. It is how you survive out here in this harsh place out in Brightspring. So, as we go, if we've all got our 2 cards, I'll reveal the first 3. We've got 4 of clubs, 2 of spades, and an ace of diamonds. Now, I am playing blind, which is not normally how I would play. I would look at my own cards, but since I'm here for the long run no matter what, it doesn't actually matter what I have. So, how's everybody feeling? Is everybody sticking in? We'll just start in that same left to right rotation. Agent P, are you getting rid of a card? Sticking, folding? How are things looking for you? You are muted.
Yeah, I realized. I'm sticking in.
Okay. All right, Kay.
Ain't scared of sticking in.
All right. And James.
Well, I'll be sticking in.
Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and reveal these last 2 cards. We got a 3 of hearts and a 10 of spades. I'm seeing some interesting faces right now. So, how do we think we're doing? Does anybody have something that they think could be a chance at winning?
Winning's debatable.
We got a chance for a straight going on. You got an ace 2 3 4 set. So if anybody's got a 5, they've immediately got a straight, which is a strong hand. No, that's okay.
No.
All right. Do we have any pairs, full houses, anything like that?
Got a pair. But like I
I
said,
also got a pair.
I also
winning is questionable. It's a 4 and a queen.
Ooh. Okay, we got a pair of 4s. What do you got, Agent P?
Got a pair of 10s.
Pair of 10s. All right.
Oh, that's not bad.
James, anything worth noting?
Only a 2 and a jack.
There you go. Okay. So sitting over here, ooh, a 6 of spades. That's interesting. And then a 5 of spades. Well, y'all watched me earlier. I shuffled this multiple times. But this would be a loss for our players. So, because I pulled in the big hand here. And we hit that shuffle button. Let the computer do its shuffling. And we can deal more for later. Heck yeah. So we are I think if y'all are okay, that was just a quick rundown for those who aren't familiar with Texas Hold'em, how it'll work. So we can get started. As y'all sit around the table, there is, I think, a dealer who's always at the Wet Whistle Saloon, a tortoise by the name of Aesop. Works as, a little bit of everything at the saloon, but makes the most money through tips at the table. Y'all heard about the Jenkins place?
I mean, yeah, it's a little sad that there's nothing to bury. I mean, that you gotta at least put people to rest.
I'm hoping they made it out, because wasn't no remains found neither.
Of course, Diggs, you'd want some remains left over. Is that a personal want or a professional one?
They could be related. Everyone deserves to be buried, but I gotta make some coin too on the side.
I'll take the one gold coin I have left and just tuck it a little way away from Diggs. What was the dealer's name again?
The dealer's name was Aesop.
Aesop.
Like I said, they're a tortoise, wearing, just your simple sort of button-up and vest combo. What? We might as well give him a pink hat, too. We're just going to self-insert here. We might as well do it. So.
Well, Aesop, you hear anything else around town? I've been down in the mine prospecting, finding new veins, but everything's pretty tapped out around here.
Well, I mean, people are real worried. They talking about possibly packing up, unless somebody stands up to Rocky and the vultures.
If I could only get them in my cave, I got plenty of explosives down there, but they're too dangerous to put around town.
Well, if people are packing up, then I guess we could put them out around town before Rocky and his gang arrive.
No blowing our sails up, okay? We might be okay.
I mean, I've been in Brightsprings for I don't know, like 10 seasons now, and I'd hate to see it turn to tinder.
It'd be a problem if this is my home, and I don't move so well these days. Used to be spry, but it's...
Aesop, I never knew you as a spry one.
Pretty sure you've been called Slow A for as long as I've been in this town.
You should have seen me in my heyday. I could pack up and move from place to place as fast as any of them.
Well, ain't that the truth there? I remember when we both came to this town there Aesop.
Mm-hmm.
You still look the same, though.
Well, you know how they say. Tortoises look old from the very beginning. And Aesop, I think, is going to take a sip from a mug that is always containing something, but you're never quite sure what that something is. Right. Now, I mean, folks around here, you know that. They're not, I don't think they're the courageous type. You know?
I mean, courageous gets you dead.
That it does. So,
Not doing nothing also gets you dead.
Maybe at a lower rate. I have it. While I'm not of the mathematical mind, I have first-hand knowledge of bullet holes in people. So the coward's normally a little bit more on the old age end of things, and the courageous ones like our previous gunslinger, bullet hole side of things.
well, I'm, no offense, Diggums, but, I'm prefer to meet you only at the table here, if you're alright with that. So I think I may be heading out of Brightspring, maybe tonight.
That might be smart there, Aesop. I hate to see this place go to Jericho just like Thornwell. But we gotta do something. River, you got any ideas what we could be doing?
Well, I have my own bone to pick with Rocky, so I might stay behind. See him dead.
I would second that. He been messing up my prospecting, ruined one of my helpers the other day. I'm sure Diggums, you saw him, that little corgi pal of mine, riddled with bullet holes.
Yep.
Good kid.
He got my old man while he was transporting stuff to the shop. Don't know why, what he got from it, but he did.
I mean, I personally have a pine box measured out for Rocky, so I'm all for his demise, but I ain't that great of a shot.
I ain't that good of a shot neither myself. Like I said, maybe we lay some traps around. He ain't here in town, so maybe like put some dynamite or glycerin around. Let him wander right in. Make him feel home, mosey, and then we go.
As long as you keep that dynamite on the opposite side of town from my graveyard, we're good.
Well, you don't like it. I'm just gonna put like a stick on the table. Like that's perfectly fine when it's in stick form. You can toss it and play with it.
Given the frequency of your helpers coming and visiting me at M-Bombs, Jiggums & Co., I'm gonna have to disagree. That's a lot of reassembling.
That's true. That my last one before the corgi went. He did come to you like he was all in bits and pieces. He was torn apart, you could say, when he stepped on that.
Yeah, it's not the kind of like puzzle I like to do.
More the jigsaw variety.
Yeah.
Well, I say I think the two of us, and sorry Aesop, I know you're gonna be out of town, but three of us, put our heads together. I'm sure we could come up with something.
We can at least take a few of them down before they do anything else to anyone.
Yeah, show the town folk that this Rocky guy can bleed. Feel like that'll make them all feel a little better.
Just remember, with Rocky, if you miss, Rocky's coming for us. You know?
Rocky's coming for us either way.
Yeah.
Might as well take a few shots while we're at it.
There's three of us. As long as one of us hits him at least once, we should be good, right? Those are better odds than, going alone.
That's probably true, but there's some innocent folk around here that are hoping to get out, you know? So you might be smart to start doing your preparing early, since Rocky's well, last time I saw Rocky was the last time I saw Wyatt Eagle too.
I don't care much for Wyatt. He always is up in my business, but it is a shame his visage is causing the town such harm. Missing his visage is causing such harm. So let's I could move these old bones, get these scales out there, and start prepping something.
Well, we got the time, so let's get to it.
I'll say. Absolutely. And if the wind wills it, there might be something to help you.
Hey,
What? Wind with dynamite? Taking you very literally. Will Diggums is concerned.
Diggums. I know you're not a believing man. Believing being, I should say. But, the wind, well, the breath of life, it's in all of us.
I don't know about all that, but I do know if you shoot somebody enough times, they don't get back up.
Now that's some Jinn wisdom right there.
I mean, if you put holes in people, the wind escapes. But absolutely. Sod, and you're going to see Aesop is going to call over one of the other workers at the place. This is a rabbit type person named Sod, and they do a lot of the pouring drinks around here. Sod, we just had some gin wisdom. Everybody up for a little bit of gin?
I mean, that's why we here, right? Cards and gin?
Might be the last one we get.
Yeah. So, can you give me 3 fingers of gin? I need to muster some courage.
And Sod kind of knew when Aesop calls over Sod, they know what's up. And so Sod already has a decanter of gin, and it's locally made. In fact, don't ask me how, but it's locally made. So yeah, they'll pour out a little bit of gin for everybody. And then Sod will look at each of you. Y'all looking at leaving town?
Ready to pick up yet.
Well, we know Rocky's probably inbound any day here now.
Well, I don't think I got another trip in me to leave town. So I came all the way here from my home gator country, and although I miss the swamps, I ain't leaving anytime soon. So Rowdy, he's gonna have to at least go through me. I'm one stubborn curmudgeon.
Aesop is gonna pipe up. Plus, I don't think they'd have you back.
Yeah, no. Not what I did that one day. No, remember that what we did there with the stovepipe and the baskets and all that, the hay bales.
Absolutely. I have never seen anything go so high in the air in my life.
Oh man, my cousin did like that, right? Though.
I mean, Billy
What do you think? It was like at least 100 yards, just straight up.
Absolutely.
Is rethinking allowing Ephraim to be in charge of the dynamite.
Wait, he still had all his fingers, so that's good. Now toes, that's a different question.
Yeah, he was lucky that he landed in the swamp. Because if he'd landed on ground, he may not have been able to come after you with a 6-shooter afterwards.
Yeah, no, that I was definitely in kind of flannel gin whisk that day.
And Aesop will take their drink, tap it on the table, and say, "Well, here's to maybe having more stories to tell one day. And if not, may the stories live on in each of us." And Aesop will drink theirs, and stand up from the table and say, "Well, I think I'm all out for now. If y'all come back and see me around evening time, I might be able to do another then. But for now, I gotta prep to get away from this place before.
All right, Aesop, you have a good one. I'm sure River and Diggs here, we'll put our brains together.
You got any bottles that you don't really need?
Are you talking to Sod here or Aesop?
This is a general question. If they're gonna leave stuff behind, if they're gonna leave bottles behind.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, Aesop knows that he doesn't have the answer to that, and so curmudgeon that he is, he just keeps walking, right? Sod was busy back behind. What you needing bottles for?
Just to make some unconventional weapons.
I like this. But I also think that this is our first challenge.
Oh, okay.
Our first dispute is because people in this town do not want to be seen taking on Rocky. That's extremely dangerous. And so this is more of a persuasion-y type vibe here of like, hey, you better put yourself in danger, but it could keep the town alive if I can get some supplies from you.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
We've established that items can only be used once.
Yes.
Our occupation bonus, how many times can we use that?
So I believe that is usable whenever it's viable.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I
Awesome.
need to double check the occupation bonuses to make sure of that. But I believe that's a free use type thing. A lot of them come with inbuilt negatives, right? You can draw a new card, but that's a chance that there's another king and time advances much faster. You can draw this, you can do that, right? Like, so a lot of that sort of stuff is inbuilt in it. So, let's see. That's complications. That's not. I'm looking in the wrong list here. There we go. So you can use it whenever if it applies to the situation at hand. Is what the system says. So so you can use these as many times as you can find a place to use them.
Okay.
So, all right. I'm drawing out 5 cards here, and then 2 for our opponent's hand to start. Now, if there are there are specific, I believe, face cards or kings. I'm double checking while we draw, but that will actually add cards to this opponent's hand. So there is a chance that you're facing a little bit more than 2 cards. Does anybody else want in on this? I know based on roleplay, it was pretty much only River here.
River wants to get down to business.
Yeah, I'll assist, but I'll assist by like, oh, we're such good patrons and like buying more shit. Let me just get some more.
Yeah, so I know you got some of that special moonshine under the counter. I'd like 'em. I like to dip my toes in that. If you got a couple jugs.
There we go. Okay, so we've got...
Last time I used it, it peeled the paint right off my barn.
It is strong stuff. But you know what? The people out here are strong too. They need something to help, refresh them after a long day out in the heat.
Forget how dang hot it is. I get it.
Mm-hmm. So,
I'm a lizard. I love it.
So, let's go ahead and show our river here. If everybody's got their cards.
Oh.
This is kind of interesting. We got Jack of Spades, 6 of Spades, and 7 of Clubs.
Oh.
Oof.
So, how's everybody feeling? Anybody need to discard or change some stuff?
I think I'm gonna need to fold.
All right. You're welcome to take your leave out. However, I will need to know, do you have a king in those cards?
I do not. I have a 3 and a 2.
Okay.
Oh.
What actually, so here's what I'm going to, because I do think I'm supposed to show all of the cards here. Because I did just have you fold and a 3 showed up. If you would like to stay, I will give you that option now. And in future, I will make that option at the end of those 5 cards. Because I'm used to a classic Texas Hold'em where you show 3, bet, show 1, bet, show 1. And so I keep doing the 3, but I'm supposed to just show all 5.
Yeah, no, considering that I lost with the parallel, I'm not gonna stay folded.
So there is one face card in this river, which means 1 gets added to the opposing hand.
Oh, okay.
So, and we got a 3, 4, 6, 7, which means there is once again a shot for a straight draw here, and 5 is the missing number once again. So
That's 3 of clubs, right?
3 of clubs,
Yeah.
4 of diamonds, 7 of clubs, 6 of spades, and Jack of clubs. I probably need to zoom this in just slightly. Actually, it's probably better
Yes,
for everybody here. So let's see if I can make that happen and not screw up the stream here. That feels a good bit better, though I got to move these cards up so they can be seen just fine. All right, is that readable? More readable for everybody?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I know we're playing against Sod. Can I be like, Sod, are you really gonna be taking all those bottles with you are you packing up? Are you leaving? I don't think you could spare with 1 or 2. And I'd be willing to like up my ante of grit if that's a thing we could do. So it'd be 2. To try and like persuade him.
So let's see. I don't think that is something you can do. You can use an item or use your an ability if you set. I don't think you can up grit for now.
Then I'll just remind him. Then is like, are you gonna need all those bottles?
Well, it's good to always keep stuff in. Are we ready for the reveal here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How's everybody been feeling? Does anybody have anything that they think is worthwhile here? Any what's the best hand everybody can make here?
I only have a pair.
Just a pair.
And that's why I folded.
I can make it straight.
You can make a straight. Okay. Okay, so that's a 10. That's a 7. Okay, so right now we're sitting on a pair of 7s over here and a 3. So
2 pair. That's
2 pair. 4 spades, which is lucky for y'all. I do believe a straight beats 2 pair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yay.
yeah, straight. Straight's a middling hand, but 2 pair is one of the lower hands. So you absolutely. So it's gonna go. It would just slow me down a little bit. So You're welcome to, and let's be honest, any of the liquor bottles that we leave behind here, you can take, and they'll hand you just, we'll say a crate of them. That's going to be one item to make stuff with. It's not going to be the equivalent of 10 sticks of dynamite or anything like that. But it makes they are a saloon. It makes sense that they would have several bottles that you could do something with here. So.
Noted. Nice.
So I lose a grit then, because it's whoever doesn't win.
So your side won in total.
Okay.
So I'm going to say you don't lose a crit. Okay. I'm still figuring that out, but given that there's only 6 grit in this game in total for each of you, I can't have 2 of the 3 of you losing a grit on every single hand that we do. That doesn't functionally make the most sense to me. So I think it's all of you against the opposing hand. But if you all lose, everybody's losing a grit.
Okay.
So it sort of ups the chances that you'll succeed, but then ups the problems with failures if you don't. So, and I'm going to zoom in just a slight bit more here to help give a little bit more viewability there. And so, yeah, Sod is going to say, well, yeah, like I said, here's a crate of them. It'll help me get out of here a little bit faster, I think. Because the saloon is going to be one of the first places Rocky hits. Too many lost card games.
Attached are you to the building?
Well, if Rocky don't burn it down, I'd like to come back someday.
Okay. So not like super emotionally attached, but prefer to have the building.
I mean, wouldn't anybody? This building's been my home for several years now.
It's just gonna look between the crate of alcohol, the alcohol on the back wall, and the 2 other people.
So the crate, it is empty bottles, for the record. It is not full bottles of liquor, unless that was the. I thought the request was empty bottles.
Do they have? Oh, that's fine. You know what? Empty bottles is fine.
You can.
With like a smidge of alcohol in it. Just a little bit.
So, okay.
Just
so
enough.
The idea is probably to make some Molotovs here, yeah? I would say between the couple of y'all, did anybody else, nobody else beat a 2-pair, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a little bit of liquor left in each of those. If you consolidate it, you'll get 1 good Molotov and a couple of just empty bottles out of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I kind of figured that's where you were heading, but I wanted to make sure.
Any chance for arson? Agent Keith there.
Well, arson is probably what you're trying to prevent here. Just so you know.
A little bit of arson's okay. We are planning on blowing something
Just a
up.
little bit. Just a smidge.
Hey, Ephraim, does dynamite ignite by fire? Do you need the wick?
Well, usually you need like a wick or some blasting caps or something really set it off. Although it is pretty volatile. Like if I take this one and I shake it real hard and I start shaking it,
maybe
there's a possibility that it could just go off in my hand.
Slowly backed off during the shaking part.
See, Sod is ducking behind the counter a little bit.
Okay, so like Will has like the wheels turning of like, so if we put like hidden dynamite in here and then the building burned by us or Rocky, who knows who's to blame in that circumstance. Then that might be a trap we could do.
Absolutely. Are there other places in town? So to pull back the curtain a little bit here, I am sort of generating and creating folks in the town as y'all have ideas, and I can come up with more stuff if you are stuck somewhere. I can come up with complications and things like that you need to address. But at the moment, I can sort of build up or tear down the town as need be for what y'all's ideas are. We do, of course, have our town map for viewers over here on the left side of the screen. That's the same one our folks are going to be looking at. So if you want to say, if you want to check out and see if you can get any help from any of those places, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I think Ephraim's not particularly religious, but likes the kind of good luck that priests offer sometimes. So we'll probably be like, I want to go over to Father's church and talk to the priest a little bit. Maybe he'll give us a nice blessing. Hopefully that'll help turn tides.
2 questions. 1, how far outside of town is Rancher's homestead?
Let me pull that up real quick and double check. I would say probably not super far. Let's see. Oh, no, not far at all. Basically, I would say that the borders of this poster is the border of town. So I would say it is in town.
And my second question is, the sheriff's office and the jail are 2 separate buildings. Are they near each other, next to each other?
They are pretty close to each other, but they are 2 separate buildings. Yes.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure Rocky's going to head to that sheriff's office or the jail. Because he can do whatever he wants now. We don't have Wyatt.
There are still some deputies, but there are not. There is no longer Wyatt J. Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know. It's not that it's fully empty.
Well, yeah, but, as someone who interacts with people in grief a lot, and some people who show up to the funeral because they're like, ha, that guy's dead. I have a feeling maybe someone might want to go gloat that Wyatt is no longer with us. And I think someone who took out the sheriff, who shot the sheriff, and hasn't shot the deputies yet, might head that way.
I know, James, you talked about going to what seemed like the church first.
Yep.
Do we want to split up and each go a separate place? Or do we want to pick one and then go to the other?
They're both on the way. They're in the same cul-de-sac.
Yeah, they're all close to each other.
That's all. I don't mind popping my head into the sheriff's office jail. Don't like the last time I was in there for disorderly conduct, but it'd be fine.
Okay. Y'all. Go ahead.
Is Rocky coming for a specific purpose, or just because destruction? So hoo-ha.
So at the moment, y'all have so that Rocky, it started out that Rocky didn't like certain elements of Brightspring, and then over time it turned into Rocky hates the whole town. If you live in Brightspring, you are considered enemy number 1 for Rocky, and so Rocky, these hands are rated E for everyone. You know what I mean? That's Rocky's vibe here.
All right, got it.
So,
then River would have no problem going with Ephraim and Will.
Perfect. So you'll pop in. The sheriff's office, I feel like, is a little bit. It's already showing the signs of being run down, because the folks who were put in charge after Wyatt Eagle's time have not been the most attentive, or whispers say the most competent. And so yeah, you go ahead, and I'm pulling up some of the rolling tables here, just to sort of see who actually took over from Rocky, because it'd be smart if I had this pre-prepped. There we go. So, I already know that. So yeah, so this person is, we're gonna say they are a badger, and just so you know, Ephraim, this is in fact the badger who did arrest you.
I'm gonna stand outside and keep my hat low.
All right. So yeah, the badger's name is Alice, and you can see they're sort of sit up at the sheriff's desk, fooling around with some sort of probably some sort of their weapon, right? Spinning the revolver's chamber, that sort of stuff, just passing the time. Welcome to Sheriff Alice's.
Sheriff, and Will is not so subtly gonna start trying to figure out measurements, because they're like, if Rocky comes here, it's not gonna end well for our new sheriff.
What can I do you for?
We're just checking around town because we Rocky coming in town, making sure everyone's ready. Again, not so subtly trying to figure out. 4 feet shoulders.
As you all look around, you do see that the office is more barren than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think the town's getting ready just fine. You trying to help folks about, or?
The three of us at least decided to stay, so we're just doing around, seeing who's staying, who's going, so we can figure out, maybe some traps for Rocky, and just goes from kind of not subtly at all measuring Alice to doing one of the deputies, and it's just noting measurements.
Okay. Y'all seem to be intent on sticking here as things go down. That's mighty fine of you. But I still don't quite see what this has to do with me.
We're just seeing if there's a way we can help you set up an ambush or something to maybe give you a little bit of edge before he rolls through town.
You are welcome to set an ambush wherever you would like. But I don't think that. You just let me know where you done set it, and we'll adapt. You hear?
How many deputies does Alice have in the sheriff's office?
So there is just Alice in the sheriff's office at the moment.
You fixing to maybe deputize some people? Cause no offense, Sheriff Alice, at all. But I feel like Rocky's first stop is maybe gonna be here.
I think that could be the truth. Yeah. Rocky could absolutely make their first stop here, but I don't know. I don't plan to be in here when they show up.
I mean, aren't you the sheriff? So shouldn't you be protecting the town?
So I guess here's the question. So you were talking about possibly being deputized. This feels like an angle on something here, but I'm not sure what.
I don't necessarily want them to deputize me. I want them to deputize people with guns so that they have more than just themselves when Rocky comes to town.
Okay.
Because if you can't shoot good, you shoot a lot.
Alice is gonna give y'all a look and say, so you want me to put not only the town on the line, but the lives of folk around here too? Right now, we may lose the town, but folks will keep the lives.
I don't know. You see what he did to that poor ranch out between towns? He's fixing to come through and just raise it all, including anyone left in town.
If anybody isn't smart enough to get out of the way, that is.
You but think he'll stop with once?
Especially if we are out of here, I think Rocky be hard pressed to take on all the towns we head to.
Think he's the kind of man that cares about the rational. I think he's the kind of man that cares about the winning. And for him right now, the winning is everybody who's considered a Brightside citizen, whether it exists anymore or not, is meeting their maker.
If the town burns down, we ain't citizens of Brightspring no more.
And I don't think Rocky's that rational.
Rocky may not be that smart neither. So, but we know not even Wyatt could take on Rocky.
Tried it alone. If one gun ain't good enough, more guns better.
That may be the case. But what number of folks you think is going to outpace Wyatt? Because it for sure ain't 1 or 2. It probably ain't 5 even. We're talking 10, 15. How many people of this town you will put their lives on the line?
I mean, if they're wanting to do it anyways, not everyone wants to be out of town. Some people are, wanting to stick around and make sure that things turn out different than they have for the other towns.
Look, you seem to be looking for something here. And I don't think that it's great for me. You want me to call a town meeting so you can pitch everybody?
I mean, like I said, if you can't shoot good, and no one here can shoot as good as Wyatt can, then the more shooting you do, the higher your chances of a better outcome, right? You're not good with guns, the more guns you got, the better it is.
Go ahead.
Can I, because I'm a little trepidatious around Alice, I'm gonna go over to River and be like, hey River, can you ask Alice if we can have some of the chains they use when they're transporting their prisoners? I'm thinking we can make a trip line for the horses of as a trap. Nice hard chain, trip up all the horses. They got plenty of it. If they're leaving, there's no reason to keep it around. Just don't.
I like
tell her
the way you think. I like the way you think, but I feel like the jail would have that, not the sheriff's.
Both. Some.
Also, I think we'd have a better chance of asking the people in jail.
I had a place. See if they have it.
all right, let me see what I can do. And River's gonna just little jet in the conversation and is like, sure, Alice, do y'all happen to still have some chains lying around, and the kind of ones that y'all use to make sure no one's escaping nothing?
I mean, we do have a couple of like manacles, a couple of wrist restraints, things like that. But usually, when somebody's running, I'll use a lasso.
Y'all have lassos lying around?
We could have a few lassos. Oh, we lost video. That's okay. We're gonna keep going.
I'm still here. Give me 1 sec.
Cool.
All right.
You're good. But yeah. So we could have a few lassos, but here's the question: what you gonna do for me? And this, I think, is once again the dispute.
Okay.
Is figuring out whether or not you can offer something that they like, and convince them to give you the lassos. Because it is, I think it has become obvious in this, they're not going to face Rocky. They're looking to get out of town. So technically things will be accessible, but they may take the lassos with them for some reason. So you might be able to provide something to help them get out of town, or you know, some sort of peace of mind or something like that. So let's go ahead and draw up our river cards. Yeah?
What does River sell at their shop?
It's like a general store, I would say.
I
your one-stop shop for everything.
Yeah, I think I'll chime in, if that's okay, and be like, Alice, I know we've had our disagreements. I was quite rowdy the last time you saw me, but I'm sure our friend here, River's got some paint. I don't mind helping paint up your disheveled sheriff's office. You know, new sheriff, new look. Like, let's make amends between the two of us.
Zhuzh it up.
Zhuzh it up, yeah.
Zhuzh it up.
That is an interesting proposition. Let's go ahead and resolve this dispute and see how they take that sort of a thing. So, everybody got their cards drawn?
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Okay. So we got a 3 of diamonds, a queen of spades. We're just going to go ahead and add another card here. A joker, which I actually...
Ooh.
I am curious. It says to keep the jokers in. Oh,
They're
jokers
wild.
I think are wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
So everybody gets a wild card, which is interesting.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a ruling here that does not count. You know what? I'm gonna count it as a face card.
Okay.
That's a little bit mean. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. So 10 of diamonds and a 2 of diamonds. We got 3 diamonds, a spade, and a joker, by the way. So it is and this is a big challenge, right? Especially Alice already didn't like one of y'all. And that's part of why I went with the extra card for the joker, is actually it feels narratively right here, where they're kind of cowardly and they do want out of here. So
I'm gonna use my prospector ability, because that joker lets me have 3 of a kind, because I have a 2 and a king. So just letting you know, I have a king.
Yeah.
And that lets me draw the top 2 cards of the deck. Do you want it to be yours or mine?
You can draw from yours. So that'll make things a little bit smoother there, unless you're adding it to something I have.
Well, it's supposed to help me. So it's 3 of a kind, flip the top 2. If it helps me make a full house, then that's good. Else, I lose a grid. So.
Else you lose if you don't get a full house, you lose a
grid?
grid?
If I don't get a full, yeah.
Ooh, that is a wager there. All right. So, how'd you do?
1 second. Oh, sorry, you go first.
No. Oh, if anyone else has an ability or thing, they can go before I show my hand.
Yes. Yeah. Any other abilities we want used? Items, abilities, any of that. Does not seem like we got them that we want to use. So let's go ahead and Ephraim, let's go ahead and start with your hand then.
So, yeah, my original hand was a 2 of clubs and a king of spades.
Okay.
Using the 2, that gives me 3 of a kind with the joker and the diamonds. The 2 I pulled, but it has to be, I'm assuming, has to be to help a full house, was an ace of hearts and queen of hearts. So the
Ooh.
full house comes from 3 2s and 2 queens. Full house.
So you have a king, a queen, a queen.
I think
Okay,
I could
gotcha.
technically do like
A 2 and a joker. Okay.
yeah,
So you did get
because the
full house.
ace, yeah, because the ace came with the queen. I don't think I can use the ace, really. Otherwise, it would be a straight.
Let's see. Let me double check on.
It would be a
Card.
straight flush.
Which, yeah, that would be. So let's see. And this was the which profession? One more time.
Prospector.
Prospector. That's what it was. Okay. When you make 3 of a kind, you may flip the top 2 cards. Yeah, if 1 helps you make, yeah. So absolutely, you can only use 1 of them. Sadly.
Yeah.
But that is still good. Because can anyone else? I should say, can anyone else do a full house or better?
Just 2 pair.
Okay.
I have a straight again, because I have an 8 and a 9, and there's a 10 and a queen on the river, and I use the joker to make my jack.
Okay. Full house beats a straight, so we're going to we'll bring the full house here. So we got a 5 of diamonds. Ooh. Okay. We got an ace of clubs. We got ourselves a 2 of hearts, and we got a 9 of clubs. Okay. So that does put that extra diamond. Does anybody have an extra diamond? Nobody got diamonds in their hands. I just wanted to check because that does give us a flush here. And so if any of y'all had a flush as well, then we can talk about which flush is higher. We can actually do a little bit of the poker, like comparing. But with that joker, that's rough for y'all.
So are they going with the flush?
Yes.
Okay. Because full house still beats a flush.
Full house beats a flush.
You're right. You're absolutely right. It does.
Barely.
I'm out of practice apparently. So
I was just looking at their cheat sheet. Yeah.
And let me just double check here and make sure, because I did just go with the quickest thing that I thought was the highest here. Is King Queen? Nope, no Jack 10. Yeah, I think that's not 3 of a kind. There we go. Yeah, so I think you do still win it. Whew. And that is 1 king of your 6 for this time period. Nobody else had a king, correct? Okay. Yeah, so we got 1 of 6 kings for this time period. So, you know what? I don't think I much need painting. But if you keep your mouth shut about me getting out of here, and I'll take a can of painting anyway. My new place, wherever I end up, might need a little touch-up. That locker over there, it's got a lasso in it for you.
River's probably gonna, give a look to Ephraim's, like, we got it. We got something.
Well, that's better than nothing, right? Well, Alice, I think I'll bid you adieu. I don't like being around you too much, but you seem fine.
Feelings mutual.
Step, step, step.
All right.
Walking out of the sheriff's.
And you can see they, as soon as you start leaving, they grab a bag from behind their desk and start loading more stuff into it. And
I'm gonna wait till we're out of earshot of the new sheriff and be like, so we're blowing up the sheriff's office, right? Not the saloon.
I mean, that makes the most amount of sense to me.
Okay. Also, it feels like maybe a loophole, because if we blow up the sheriff's office and nobody does in it but Rocky and his vultures, then we didn't tell people the sheriff skipped town, but they know. Because I don't really want a sheriff on the books for Brightspring who's as spineless as this one.
Maybe we'll put out some like flyers like "Sheriff wanted, must have spine and not be yellow belly."
So, were y'all headed over to the jail, or are you headed now over to the church?
The church.
Yeah, I was gonna head over to the church, go across the cul-de-sac over to the church, the church that's on the other side.
And this is because we are in a sort of fantasy world. This is a Church of the Wind. So, just so you know, when I start talking about the wind, it is a normal place for that conversation to happen.
Church is the best place for me to pass my own wind. Sometimes I fall asleep too.
Will just kind of like gives a big sigh as we head towards the church, because they know that the father has a lot of wind in him and that he can just talk on forever. It's
Right.
like, oh gosh.
He be
Just
long-winded.
draw on.
Yep.
The priest
I
is
ain't
a
got
sloth.
cheeks, so it's more like.
But yeah, so you got the father is in church. It is Father Hiram. What can I do for y'all tonight?
Well, there, Father Hiram, I ain't particularly a religious gator here, but there have been times that book of the wind it's caused me a good bit of respite, and I was wondering if I could get maybe 2 more, one for each of my friends over here.
A lot of folks been needing the book as of late. And this morphed into a Sean Connery all of a sudden.
Wait, why the sounds like Sean Connery?
Indy was the dog's name.
Now we're going to lean into it. All right, then. Well, a lot of folks have been needing Book of the Wind to help them ease the tension with Rocky's coming. And y'all are good folk around, but, some of y'all I ain't seen as much around here as I'd like. So, it's not always a good time here for y'all to be eating up the word when folks are a-fearing and they might need it. Y'all ain't seem to be a-fearing too much, do you?
No,
The wind endless. Will doesn't necessarily like interacting with the father, but because of their job, they do a lot.
You can see the father has sort of put shoulder to shoulder to Diggs, and is mainly addressing the other two of you. Now, I understand that you may be wanting something good here, some help from the good book. But I also know, like I said, there are many folks in this town that's needing a mighty amount of help right now. I've divulged from the Sean Connery, so we're going back. They need a mighty amount of help right now. This is why I don't do a Sean Connery.
Sliding right into Gandalf.
This is why I don't do Sean Connery as a normal one, is because it's slippery for me, and I will immediately move to some other accents. So, it's part of the bit for Father, I guess.
Father's totally lying about his accent, so his accent just changes.
The church pride provides refuge for many of folk who want to leave their lives behind. Whether they be an actor or, some sort of a spy, maybe.
I think I would say to Father Hiram here, just like the Book of the Wind says in Zephyrus chapter 4 verse 1 through 12, it definitely says that. And the wind spoke unto the people, saying, as breath of life moves all creation, so must your deeds of kindness and mercy flow without ceasing. So I definitely think there that the Book of the Wind, in times of great strife, is definitely calling us to be merciful and do good acts. Even if you can just spare one good book for us, it'd be greatly appreciated. We want to make sure this town and your church here stays standing.
I think this might be possible. But once again, the question is, what are you going to do for my folks? And I think we are once again in dispute here.
Poker time.
Poker time. Poker time.
Poker.
I'll let him know. I'll make sure these two knuckleheads show up at least for the next several weeks.
Well,
River's visibly just like aghast. Just
Will looks at River and then back at Ephraim and then back at River.
I want to whisper like, it's some of the best sleep you'll ever get. Trust me. Just sit in the back and don't snore loud.
just get a quilt. Yeah, I'll just bring my quilt. Okay.
so,
Poker time. Poker
nobody
time.
got
I
their
don't
cards?
like me. Yeah.
Remember, you can fold out if you're worried about grit.
No, I like it, but I got a different king this time.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
two.
Yeah.
We haven't seen
I'm
a
like-
king in the river, which is ominous to me. There are 2 decks in this deck, so at some point, I think we're gonna get a lot of them.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Oh, hey.
Is
Speaking
Oh.
of the devil.
speaking of hey,
We
is,
call it in the bin.
is it when the king appears in the river that this time changes, or any king in general?
So it is when 6 kings throughout the any of the hands. So we have
okay.
one from the previous. We have one from James right now, one from me right now. Did you get one? Okay, so that's
I
3
did.
in this hand alone. Wait, Kay, did you also get one? Did I hear that? Oh, okay. I was like, did everybody just draw a king? Because holy crap.
It'd
That's
be funny if it was the same king too.
I
Everyone
bet-
gets kings of hearts.
That would be very funny. So, well, let's see. Let's go ahead. Oh, there's a queen. That does mean the father gets another card as well. And a 4. And a 3 of spades. And a 9 of hearts. So, how's everybody feeling about their
Okay.
cards?
I'm a fold.
Getting out while the getting's good. Sounds good to me. Anybody else?
And I don't think it does anything for anyone, but that's why I'm folding.
7-5.
I also will fold.
Okay.
I think I'll push my luck
Okay.
and I'll stay in.
Okay. So, it's an 8 of spades. There's an ace of clubs. That's dangerous. There's another 8 and a 4. So we're looking at 2 pair ace high.
Yeah, I would lose because I only have 1 pair king high.
Oh.
I could have won. I would have had a pair and my ace high.
You would have had. So
Well,
they won with 2
the-
pair.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
You picked
Yeah.
well.
So-
Folded.
Yeah, because they do 4s there, and then 8s with an ace high. So, Yep. I guess there is actually their hand. So the father looks at y'all and says, "Look, as much as I want you to help out the people around here, I'm gonna have to see some actual issues here, some troublesome meddling done on your part. I noticed you were at the saloon earlier. You're frequenting that, the talk of the town there. But then you went to the sheriff's office again, Ephraim.
Well, this time I was on good behavior.
Yeah,
I took your words.
voluntarily went to the sheriff's office.
I took your words of heart last time. I remember what you did for me and got me out. That was nice, and I've been cleaning up my act. I only have 3 fingers of gin, call it. After 3 fingers of gin.
I think that we are about to have a complication, by the way, from this failure. So let's see what we got. Well, that complication doesn't happen yet. I'm going to re-roll because it's something y'all haven't done. So let me give that. Actually, I'm thinking that. Okay, so these are all set up to be for when Rocky happens. So we're not going to do any of those right now. So instead, we'll just have ourselves this being a regular failure here. So Ephraim is losing 1 grit, and that'll be it for now. But the father is unwilling to help. Especially since you got, well, you're on the outs, Ephraim. I seen you sleeping. You think I don't see you?
Yeah, no, I know. I snore kind of loud, too. I get elbows from Mrs. Krashner all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she drops notes in the donation basket weekly.
She also pinches really hard.
As she should.
Did we just establish a town gossip?
Oh, absolutely we did. Which, by the way, what was the name of that person again?
Mrs. Krashner. I'm like, seems like a name of someone who'd be someone in a church.
Mrs. Kreishner?
Krashner.
I am spelling that
Kreishner.
Kreischner. Because that was the first spelling that came to mind.
Word.
So I just want to, just in case folks are taking note here, that's what I have. So, here's Tabitha
well,
does keep tabs on you.
Well, maybe I'll just start standing back. It's a lot harder to fall asleep, and I'll make sure that I read the good book a little bit more regularly than I do. It's just hard down in the mines. It's real dark, but I'll try. I'll do my best there, Father.
Well, though, where there's a wind, there's a way.
Yep, and there sure is a lot of wind, so I know that there's a lot of way coming from this church.
Mm-hmm. As y'all leave, know that while there may not be much hope in the future, the wind can bring dust, but it can also bring rain. So when you smell the breeze coming, it may bring something good with it too.
Yeah. Feel it. I feel the winds of change, but we're gonna be mosey on now, there, Father, because there's a lot to do. And we're running out of time.
And Father's gonna tip their hat. And Ephraim, River, Diggs.
Father.
So y'all are leaving the father's church, and where are you headed to next? Anything of note? Do you want to try to set up a trap somewhere? Do you want to do what is of note next to y'all?
Is the mayor mansion like the town hall, or is it where the mayor lives?
This would be so. In this town, it's a little bit of both. So the mayor takes meetings at their mansion.
Okay. Cool. River's trying to figure out what they can get from the mayor to help them.
I mean, it might be good to start setting some traps.
Yeah.
That's
Go to
also
the
true.
gold mine, see if there's any explosives. I'm sure I have a boss that would not like me to take all the explosives.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely sure there is a boss that would disdain that you take all of the explosives, but you might be able to convince him. I could make up your boss, but here's the question. I think it's more fun if you make up your boss. Who is your boss?
Oh, of course. Is that so? It's Ricardo.
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 Is that Ricardo a first or last name?
Both.
Ricardo Jr. Got it.
Yeah. That's how they keep track.
I had to add
Third
the
generation
junior.
will be
Yeah.
Ricardo the third. Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much.
Miners ain't a very imaginative sort, are they?
Yeah, can they be a squirrel who is squirrely?
Yes. They can absolutely be a squirrel that is squirrely, and I would add they are purveyor of the ricket.
Purveyor of the what?
Ricardo Jr. Purveyor of the...
You're muted.
How about
we lost
now?
Him.
Is it better? Nope.
So,
R.I.P. Tony's voice.
All right.
If we can't hear Tony's voice, it means we win, right? That's the rule.
Yeah.
So
we got the dynamite. We set
blow them up, boys.
To viewers, I believe viewers
we
can
blew
still
up
hear
Tony's
me,
voice.
but Discord
can't hear you yet.
Yeah, still can't hear you.
Oh, there something.
Okay, so for some reason, it came unhooked from Discord, but stream could still hear me the whole time. Because
wow.
I can see it popping up on stream, which is wild. So I don't know what happened there, but we've got it fixed. We're all right. So, so Ricardo Jr., purveyor and owner of the Rickety Mining Company. So, Ricardo Jr. of Rickety Mining. The sort of shifty squirrel. Absolutely. So you're headed to the gold mine. I think there's Ricardo's office is in like a small house outside of the mine, where they do a lot of their paperwork and their basic like interactions with customers and management type deals, right? They're not doing a lot of the mining themselves anymore. Ephraim, good to see you back.
Good to see you back there, Ricardo Jr.
That's fine. Just call me Rickety Rick.
So Rickety Rick, I was wondering, you mind if I get a couple more sticks of dynamite? I gotta. You hear that old rowdy guy is gonna be showing up, and I thought we'd give him a surprise.
I'm a little bit worried about that. The last time I gave you dynamite, Wyatt Eagle himself told me I should never let you touch the stuff.
But, you know, I touch it every day for work, right? So, like, it's okay.
Right.
And rest his soul, he's no longer with us. So does his word still carry with you?
Now, Diggs, you're the expert on them passed away. Do the words of those beyond the grave now mean nothing? It feels like they mean something.
Sure, Father Hiram would have different opinions, but once you dead, you dead. You ain't speaking no more, and you don't really care.
That is as cold as the northern winds.
And hey, look, if it helps sweeten the deal a little bit, I'll give you a discount on the next 5 that you send me.
Sorry, I was just adjusting music. Stream said they couldn't hear it. So I bumped it up on my end because it is my input that they're hearing. And usually I find that it is too loud for most folks. So I bumped it up, and I am checking to see. So chat, let me know if it's better now. And I can adjust it from there. But because I'm enjoying the music as well. I've been vibing to it, Agent P as well. But yeah, you gonna give me a discount? You're gonna give me a discount? Diggs?
You are a frequent customer, loyal, some might say, that, you help us make sure that, this Rocky fellow don't just blow through here unhampered and unharassed. I might be willing to send you a discount on the next 5 that you send my way. I'm assuming with a company name like Rickety Mining, they probably don't have the best safety standards.
Wait, what are safety standards?
Well, look, I am thinking that it might be possible for me to loan you something, but here's what I don't know that I like a discount as much. All of those folks I sent your way, they signed their waivers. I don't pay for nothing. Ephraim knows that, don't you, Ephraim?
Yeah, I mean, there was that one, though. Remember the one that we had to piece them back together and put them in a sack? That one we had to pay a double on. So, like, maybe we don't have to pay extra if they're all gushy.
This. You send me 4, you get the 5th free, and if you want to pocket that, you can pocket that.
You know what?
That's a sweet deal.
Let me go ahead and think about that there proposition of yours. Let's do a round of cards for that dispute.
I like the
River is
visual
also
image of Rickety Squirrel just pulling out cards in the mind.
It felt fun to do that in character, I'm not going to lie. Agent P, what'd you have?
I think River is also gonna throw in, like, you can, like, not loot my shop, but get your first pickings anytime there's a restock of things that you might need.
Could be interesting, but don't mean nothing if Rocky burns everything to the ground. So
That's true.
everybody got your cards, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 7 of hearts right there, followed by a 10 of hearts,
Ooh.
followed by a 3 of diamonds, and a 9 of diamonds. It's getting mighty interesting around here, and there's the 3 of clubs too. Now's your chance to do something funky.
I'm gonna pull the top 2 because I also have a 3 of hearts, so that gives me 3 of a kind. I'm gonna try and go for that full house.
Okay.
You.
That's not a great sound.
I do not get a full house.
Okay. So you
But I had
are
a king,
you
but
are-
it doesn't affect.
You are now down 2 grit in total. That is a third
Yep.
of your grit.
Yep.
So, anybody else want to pull some shenanigans before we get moving on resolving this here dispute?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Well then, we're gonna go ahead. There is a queen and a 6, which that's a good thing for y'all.
Yeah.
Because I believe that does mean your 3 threes is probably the leading hand. So that's yeah, because they got a pair of 3s, queen high. Yeah, okay. I had to double check on something else, but yeah. So that's you guys win that one. All right, Ephraim. Here's what I want more than anything. If y'all keep Rocky away from this here mine, we can come back and get to work back after everything's done did. I think we can make a deal here. I can give you a stick of dynamite. We got one extra laying around.
Oh,
Well, that'd be swell, you know. You bring good luck just like the Tommy Knockers do.
I don't know how luck's turned out yet. But you know what? The Rickety Mining Company is sturdy and quiet behind y'all.
We much appreciate you squirreling away for a rainy day. I couldn't resist it any longer.
Well, you know us. We're just nutty enough to make sure and prepare.
I don't mean to sound corny, but I appreciate the help.
Oh, God. Well, that being said, y'all can head out on your merry way. And I'll hopefully see you on the other side.
Oh, yeah, hopefully we'll be back. I'll be working in that mine soon enough.
Sounds good.
Gotta make sure the town.
I'm gonna hole up this mine and hope Rocky don't shove his way in.
Yep. You.
Sounds
you
like
do
a
that.
good idea.
Yeah, I got enough food down there to store through winter.
That's what we were digging up. Oh, no wonder.
So yeah. What else? What else you got going on? What else you want to try to do for traps or items you want to try and get from people? Because we've yet to hit that 2 more kings.
So we
The
have
2 kings.
Yeah.
I would really like to visit the mayor and see if he has any weapons that we could
Amazing.
get.
I love this. Yeah.
While that happens, can I set up a dynamite trap at the south of town?
Yes, I would like to do the mayor first.
Yeah,
But
of course.
but these are going to happen concurrently. So since you did say while that was happening, so
Yeah.
Kay, you have your choice. Do you want to go help set up the trap, or do you want to go to the mayor?
The greatest confidence in Ephraim with the dynamite, especially after his shaking of it in the salutes. I'm gonna go with River.
Amazing. Perfect. So, River, you are going to head to the mayor's house, or mayor's mansion, I should say. Now, the mayor, who I'm gonna roll for here.
Can I, like, for animal or for name?
I was gonna do name, but if you got something, I'm happy to hear it.
Their name is Cool Tony. They're like Tony, but they're cooler.
I see. You have taken the buttering up the GM approach to this. Uh-huh. I'll work
Tony,
with
what's
you
your
here.
favorite animal?
This you know what? Because any viewer knows I'm a bird guy. So the mayor of this town is a cockatiel, white with a yellow crown. Got himself usually in a little suit, and while you guys meet, you head up to the mayor's house, and there's a couple of folks that they kind of let you in, right? It is a multi-story mansion with veranda around it. You got tall columns on the outside as well, and you head on in, and they say, well, the mayor's indisposed at the moment, but we might see if we can get you a meeting. And they'll go and it's like a hedgehog person who is helping out the mayor, right? And they'll go in and Mayor Tony is in the middle of their. You know what? You can just go on in, and Mayor Tony is in the middle of a bird bath. There's lots
of course, yes.
Lots of bubbles going on, by the way. Everything is fully covered. There is, right? There's always bubbles, right? But you can see Mayor Tony lounging in a bird bath with a pipe. Now, you've come in my midday refreshment. Well, what can I do you for?
Well, Mayor, are you staying in town? Are you not leaving town before Rocky and his fellers get here?
Well, I might could do either at the moment. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with Rocky and his folks. I do hear that they're possibly up north of town. It does not bring lots of good confidence at the moment. You look like you're fixing to do something rash.
Well, we're still thinking about what to do, but we were asking around for help. We got the sheriff to help us. They gave us some things, and we were wondering if you could provide us with anything that could help Rocky not completely decimate Bratfield.
You thinking,
Brightspring.
Well, I have only so much in my hand. The mayor is a position of leadership mostly. We don't have a ton of items, like things that I can give you, but
I mean, it is mighty hard to be a mayor of Brightspring if there ain't no Brightspring.
This is true.
And the people love you, Mayor Tony.
Well, that's good, mighty fine to hear. They know I love them too, but sometimes we gotta fend for ourselves out here, right? If you ain't saving up for when the drought happens, I can't lend you my water, and we both, wither away. So I think there's probably something I could help you with, but I got a couple of folks I could think maybe helping with. So I think this could either be a set of tools that you get or a deck of cards.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is what I'm thinking with those. So let's go ahead and do a set of tools. That could be fun. So there's I think maybe I've got myself, a couple like pickaxes and sledgehammers and a few of things to help, maybe set up something for later. Catch Rocky.
And anything sounds good at this point.
But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about y'all right now. Why don't
Rude.
How about this? We got some time before Rocky comes, and I'm here luxuriating. So why don't you tell me a story? And this is what's going to be our dispute. Also, if y'all have a story that you want to tell, now's a good time while we are actually mechanically resolving this dispute. So go ahead and draw your cards. River, for sure you're involved. Kay, if you want to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
James, you of course are somewhere else at the moment, so and not involved, my friend. So, all right, we got ourselves a 4 of diamonds, a 9 of hearts, a queen of hearts, a 2 of clubs, and there's our 5th king.
And go of clubs.
Yep. Because I got myself a mighty fine story about a town called Brightspring. Now, you know how the town of Brightspring was founded, right? My ancestors long, long ago took a flying away from somewhere they didn't want to be. And, by the way, everybody ready to go? Any abilities you want to use before I keep going on the story?
No. Wait, actually, hold on.
You can also use
Yeah, no
some of the
abilities.
items that you've gotten, if you have any of them. So. But.
I do want to use my shopkeeper ability, actually. Hold on.
Okay, what is your shopkeeper? Shuffle
I
your
get
discard.
to shuffle my discard and draw a random card. If it's a face card, then I get a +1 to my current hand. Otherwise, I draw one less card for my next hand. So I'm shuffling my discard pile.
Interesting. Quite a little wager there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Nope. No face card.
Oh, dang. Okay, so next time you'll only get
Damn.
to draw one for
Draw one
dispute.
card.
All right. Does anybody want to fold?
Have absolutely nothing, so yes, I will do that.
Okay, Kay is folding. Oh, and there were 2 face cards here. I should say, so I do need to add 2 to this. So, we'll start with the original 2. Oh, hey, there's our other king, which does mean you are going. I would say,
evening.
yeah. And that does mean I think that Ephraim's trap is going to take a little bit longer, so that'll be something you have to do in the evening. A 3, so we got a 2, 3, 4. We got a pair of kings. We got an 8 here, and we got another 3. So right now we're sitting on 2 pair. Queen extra. Queen high as well.
I have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have no, not a flush. A straight. I have a straight.
You bet. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, 9. There's a 9. I have a 10 and a jack, and then there's a queen and a king.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so that should beat. Yeah, that beats me. My mouse has started doing something when I scroll that it just takes off, and it's making it really hard to navigate this PDF. So we're working on it. All right, there we go. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, your straight draw is going to take the cake there. Now, my ancestors, they flew and flew and flew, and when you're high up over the heated desert, it looks like there's water time and time again. So they kept trying to land and finding nothing but dirt. And soon they were flying, and they went to pass on one of these potential oases, and they fell out of the sky, tumbling all the way down to land in the pool of Brightspring. The place saved their lives, and I think it could still do some good. So y'all take those tools and you protect this town.
I give you my word, Mayor Tony. We'll do our darndest to keep this town safe and sound.
Good. Somebody's got to, after Wyatt's gone. And then I think that's where we'll fade out. We're going to take a quick break here as we are heading to evening. We do still have evening to hit. It's probably going to be a 5-minute break, maybe 10, probably 5, because we do want to keep moving here on the stream. And I know we've got a bunch of traps to set in the second half of this, and then a fight to be had at high noon. So, y'all, we will be right back. You're watching the One Shot Wonderarium. Back, y'all. Welcome. We're glad to be back from our quick break and headed into the afternoon here in Brightspring. We, of course, are playing Yee-Paw. Hi, Racoon, if you've just joined us here on the one-shot Wonderarium with, of course, my amazing players, Agent P, Just K, and Gravity Fail 87, or James. They're amazing folks, and we're having a blast setting up and exploring the town of Brightspring and getting more things to help us dispel or repel Rowdy Rocky and his band of vultures who are having out for the town of Brightspring. So, the afternoon we start back. Y'all meet back up. I know you were actually headed to do a trap here, Ephraim, but you were, I'm going to say, waylaid for a minute, and so you do meet back up at the Wet Whistle Saloon as a crew to touch base and figure out what traps or what things you'd like to do in this afternoon, as Rocky is probably coming in the morning.
So I was thinking, I'm just gonna set some charges down the road because they gotta come up. They gotta come up the road, right? So set them. Either set it off as they show up, or maybe behind them, and then that'll spook them, make their horses go all which ways, and then we can, I don't know, trip them, dig a hole. What were you gonna do with those jugs?
I was thinking I'd use the jugs more of a weapon than a part of a trap, because it makes more sense to throw them, light them up, and throw them, rather than, douse them and then take my chance with my aim. What are we gonna do with the lassos that we got from the sheriff?
I mean, that might be good for tripping some horses. Or chest tie taking some people off some horses if they're spooked.
Make a
could do
like
that.
hangman's noose. Just whoop. Get them kicking their boots.
We could have we trip them up with lasso. Should we dig something so they end up in a ditch? A ditch of pickaxes.
Although we have enough time to dig a ditch that will do anything. Speaking as someone from experience digging a 6-foot hole in the ground in this area, it's gotta be pretty deep to do anything.
You might be right.
I do think it might be good to make the sheriff's office a little bit of a house of cards, if you will. Like, get it to a point where, like, someone can kick something, because most of the supports or whatever have been destabilized, and if the gang's in there, maybe the building fall in on them. Some of them be real. The sheriff's gone. I don't care about that building, and also politely fuck the sheriff.
Fair. I have a question. There's a stagecoach in the north. Is it stationary, or does someone live in it? What's the situation?
So the stagecoach does still move between Thornwell and Brightspring. So it's probably a way that some folks are using to get out of town.
Okay. Never mind then.
But there's possibilities there. But it's kind of up to y'all.
No, I would rather it be like a good escape route rather than use it as a trap.
Okay. So, did we want to start with the dynamite trap then?
I do have a question, because he's coming from Thornworld to us, and then probably going to his hideout, so you might want to put the dynamite trap in the north and not the south.
Yeah. What direction is he coming from? The north?
I thought he was coming from the south.
Because his hideout's to the south, Thornwell's to the north.
I did say the Jenkins was to the north originally, didn't I? That's a GM error, I think. So we're gonna retcon that to it's the south of Brightspring, because that makes a lot more sense. If y'all are okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if you're putting the dynamite in the south and he's coming from the north, that's maybe we push him that way.
I mean, Rocky can technically come from whichever way, right? Like, but it does make sense that Rocky's hideout is on the south. You know, they'd likely be riding out from there.
Yeah. I'll go set up. Oh, set up the dynamite. I've been wanting to dig some holes and set this trap for a bit now.
Absolutely. And for future folks who are watching this, I have realized that I've been doing something wrong. I'm not going to retroactively do anything, but if you do stay in, if you don't fold, you are supposed to lose 1 grit, even if your team wins. If you lose to the opposing hand, no matter what, you're supposed to lose 1 grit. We haven't been doing that. And that does make the game a lot harder. So.
Well, I'd be up to lose 1 grit. That gets me halfway, because I think there's only one time.
So, like I said, I'm not going to retroactively do it. I think it'll probably, there'll be stuff that happens during all of this. But I just wanted it sometimes, I'll watch actual plays that play these systems when I want to play them. And if somebody is doing that, I would like them to know what the actual thing is supposed to be. So I try to call that out on this show whenever possible, just to make sure that we, I give other folks the best chance at actually playing this system the right way, and they can home rule it outside of that if they want. So you go ahead, and are you using any? I guess you're using the stick of dynamite for this, aren't you? Probably, or what are you using for?
Yeah,
this trap?
stick of dynamite. If you'd allow it, I'd also have was that like a cable and the little comical TNT box lever.
I think for if I read this correctly, it does sound like with traps you only need 1 named item, but yeah, you can totally rig up something. There's enough random stuff throughout that you can rig up, a pulley system if you need to or whatever.
Yeah. I think I'd be whistling and just being like, howdy, as I have my box, my TNT box behind me, and twirling the 1 stick in my hand as I'm walking down the street.
Folks are getting out of your way. Ephraim has a reputation about this here town, and when Ephraim's a whistling and the dynamite's spinning, you want to get gone. Because everybody's in a little bit of danger nearby. Mostly Ephraim himself.
What does a gator whistling sound like?
Very toothy. I love it.
If anything, it's
by the way, do you have your 2 cards already?
Okay. They're down.
Okay. We got 10 of spades, 2 of clubs, queen of clubs, 4 of diamonds, and a 7 of hearts on the river.
I have a pair.
Okay.
I think that's the best. I'm gonna go for it.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
Oh, nice. Pair and pair. I have
Also a pair.
Yeah. So I'll
what kind
pull
of
these
pair
up.
are you rocking with?
a 10 and an ace. So it's a pair of 10s.
Ooh.
Just barely.
You lucky duckling. So at one point, as you're setting this thing up, there is a chance that a spark happens and it lands near this dynamite, and there's a hot second where you're like, oh no. But it does not light. And you are able...
I felt that in my cloaca.
You are able to go ahead and finish off this trap. And remind me, so this trap is along the street, you said?
Yeah, it's basically like right by the street, so as soon as they come within blasting range, I can go...
Okay. Absolutely. So we got one trap done. No kings out yet. What other traps do we want to do here?
River's gonna set up the lassos to trip up. I think it would be better to have the riders off their horses. So gonna do what Diggsy suggested and put it at chest height.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
Whereabouts in chest height? Where are we looking for?
Like the first junction in the town.
So right
which
out
is,
front of the Brightspring
like,
Gazette type.
Yeah.
Okay. And the
Kind
dynamite
of like between like the Brightspring Gazette and like the nearest building on the other side of the road.
And I just want to make sure the dynamite is just outside of like that space, right? It'd be on the, right where about in front of where this bottom house is on the map, right? Okay, just making sure that I have an idea of where everything is, so that when we get to the rubber meets the road point here a little bit later on, I'm not pulling something that people go, what? Okay. So, sounds good. Do you have your cards?
I got a king, by the way.
You got a king. So that's one king of 6. 3 of clubs. Jack of hearts. 5 of clubs. Queen of diamonds. And a jack of clubs.
Oh, 2 jacks.
Yeah. And it does mean that this is a very difficult trap to set up.
Oh. God. Okay.
Do you want to do anything
sec.
specific?
I wonder if I could like attach like weights on either side of the the 2 endpoints, so in case if someone gets caught in it, they can't like really move if they get tied up in the.
So you kind of want to turn it into a bolo,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I was getting at a little bit was, you're currently facing a 5-card hand over here. Did you want to use an ability or an item extra to turn this in your favor a little bit, or are you okay letting it ride?
I'm gonna use my shovel.
Okay. What does the shovel do?
I get to choose 1 card from my choosing of my choosing into my discard. From my discard.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. I think I have my card that I've chosen.
All right. So what do you got?
I have a full house.
Okay. So you're rocking with a full house. Is that
3 jacks.
And...
I took a queen from my discard, and then I drew a king.
Okay. So we got an 8. A king. Oof, that's 2 kings now.
Second king.
There's a queen. 2. And another 8. So, you're going to win this. because they only got 2 pair.
Let's go.
Woo!
Queen clump coming in clutch.
So yeah, I think you are allowed to set this trap up. There's a moment, I think, when you're attaching some of the rocks to it. Being that you're a salesperson, normally I don't think you normally do a lot of knot tying. And so I think there's a struggle that happens with these knots a few times or so. But I think in the end you're able to do like the classic, like if I just put a simple knot in it 600 times, it'll hold.
My daily life.
Same.
Look, I was taught knot tying as a kid, and I still use 600 knots sometimes, because if it's not one of the 4 knots I remember, just get a bunch of them and go. I don't got time. All right. Kay, do you have a trap you want to set up?
Yeah, so I want to try and make the sheriff's office a trap in a way that, like, if Rocky and the gang, like, go to it to, like, deal with the sheriff, like, whoever the new sheriff is, if I can, like, weaken the supports and, like, hook it up to a pulley system, so, like, when they go inside, I can yank on the pulley, fail the first domino that will cause it to collapse in on them. And if it's all right, it would be using the set of tools to, like, get rid of some of the supports leading up to it.
That makes a ton of sense to me. You want to sort of dig under a few things and erode some of the foundation on things, make it sort of topple like a domino. So, here is what's going to be interesting here, though, is you got your cards?
Yeah.
All right. Ace of spades, 9 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds, 2 of hearts, and a king of clubs, which does mean that puts us at 3 kings. So, you're rocking the go. I should not reveal this to you until I let you see if you want to do something about it. To make this fair, I'm going to set this card over to the side, and I'm going to redraw. So you have no idea what's here.
I want to be sure, because this is possibly me in a dangerous situation. No one has 3 grit yet, right? Because that's when my abilities activate. Once people are halfway to death. I think we're close. I think we're 2 of 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ephraim is knocking on the door there, but not yet. No.
Okay. Yeah. My ability activates once we start getting too low.
I have a feeling it'll activate here pretty dang soon. So, you don't have any extra items you want to use or anything like that?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, then let's go ahead. There's a 6 of clubs. That other jack would have been really helpful right about now. And a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Not a ton of diamonds. You did get lucky that I messed up. I'm not gonna lie.
I got real lucky, because you want to know what I won with? A pair of 2s.
That's amazing. So I think as you're doing this, you can hear the sheriff snoring inside. And so there is a time when you are making the sheriff shack rickety, and the sheriff is inside, and does not come out and put you in jail basically for messing up stuff. So because they're probably looking for maybe an evening getaway, right? So that is that trap. What else do we want to take care of? Any other traps we'd like to set? Any other items we're looking at using for traps? I know we had those bottles that we wanted for Molotovs at some point, but I don't think those were used anywhere. So there's a reminder for that.
Could I, this is probably a weird question. I know we want Molotovs, but to assist in the use of Molotovs when it does come to that, can we make the saloon like extra flammable somehow?
You want to make the saloon extra flammable.
Yeah, surround it with like straw or like make sure there's like things in there that, I'm assuming, the saloon probably also already has like a lot of spilled alcohol on the floors because I don't think we're very neat people.
Soak it up.
So here's the thing. The saloon is one of the few places that is still open right now. So you would have to be coating the saloon in alcohol while people are in it. It's doable, but I'm going to say that's going to be difficult for you.
So there's two ways I could do this. If I wanted to be super obvious, I could just go start a fight and spread alcohol everywhere. Oh no! But I could also pile flammable things against the outside of it.
It is a town of wooden buildings, and fires do spread quickly. So I would caution you against starting too many fires. But you are welcome to try this plan. I just want you to know that it's a dry area, right?
Yeah, my thought is just like, if we do need to use the Molotov to make it like someplace that we have like the most efficiency of it, like feels like the place with all the alcohol is the place for that.
I could absolutely be, and you're very welcome to do it, right? Like I said, I just know that it would be difficult because there are people around, and as y'all are heading around tonight, you are hearing whispers of people real nervous right now. They're so nervous, in fact, that they're looking suspicious because there's word that some of Rocky's folk may even be in town now.
Oh.
Yeah, I think my character, before the sun goes down, after setting up the dynamite, would just pull over a rocking chair or old chair, and the one item I have is a good book. It is not the religious book, but it is a romance novel that I am reading, which is The Sense of the Wind, where it is getting very steamy, and I use that to regain 2 of my grit as I look out on the plains and just enjoy this sensuous book.
Sounds good. Never mind, Diggs. You're going to have to wait a while. Diggs was literally just like, I want people to get to 3 grit. No, you're great. That's totally fine. Anything else we want to do? If we do just want to go to the end fight, we can. But if y'all want to set up a few more things or try to do something else, visit another person and set up a trap or something, you are able to at this moment.
Do you need us to make the Molotov cocktail, or are we just like saying that?
I was gonna say that like River would take some time to like pour paint thinner and all in the crate that was provided to him.
Then yeah, absolutely. We can. That'll be a movable trap, I think, is what we'll do with that. We'll make that. It's not set to somewhere specific, or maybe it's stashed on the rooftop of somewhere, and y'all can throw it from somewhere, right?
From on top of the mayor's mansion.
That could be fun.
I think the last trap would be more along the lines of like a blockade to make sure that they stay on this road. Mm-hmm. I'd probably ask the sod at the saloon if I could use any of their empty barrels to like stack up in the street, so that in like a probably like down the road, just to block them from following potentially the stagecoach.
So part of this game, I will say, part of this game is if folks are not willing to help you more than once, pretty much.
Okay.
So what I would say is what you could do instead is there are possibly old copies of the Gazette, and you could pile up stacks of newspaper in the streets as barricades and things like that. That could work for
They
you.
also have probably like vats of ink or old spent ink stuff.
Yeah,
Just
they gotta
like,
do some printing,
hey.
that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to, could I borrow your rubbish for tomorrow? Because we're setting up, make sure that, things go as planned. And I just want to make sure that no one comes in and destroys beautiful Gazette here.
Well, we're in the method of printing the last issue here, and Snyder, the editor-in-chief of the Press Gazette, is. We may only get one of these left. The town's got to know what's coming in the morning. And you can see that the title of this episode, or of this, not episode, of this paper, the top headline is, "We'll see you at high noon." As it's got an artist illustration of Rocky on the front. And with like evil eyes, right? This is going to have to be a dispute to decide this.
Sure.
I did know before we resolve this, I did know we wanted to do the Molotovs first. Are we okay with that first, and then this? Just to make sure, because I know Molotovs was the first request. So just in case we get like 6 5s in this space,
I realized I didn't take my penalty from the last time I used my shopkeeper's ability, so I will only be drawing 1 card this time.
That makes a lot of
But
sense.
I'm gonna use my shopkeeper ability again to see if my luck has changed, because my last round had quite a few face cards, and I'm hoping my shuffled discard pile will help me.
Absolutely.
And it has.
That's a 2. That's a 3. There's a jack of
I
spades.
can draw another.
There's another 3 of spades. And there's a king. So we do get one more king. I believe that brings us to 3. And 2
4.
Extra. 4. It is 4. Okay. Thank you for keeping me honest. That is 4. And you're facing a 4 draw on the opposition too.
2, 3, jack, 3, king. Okay. Oh, I drew another king, so that's 5.
Oof. Uh-oh.
And I drew a joker, so I can use that how I want to.
You could. But you can only keep one of the 2, right? Or no?
No. I drew 1, and I used my shopkeeper's ability, and I drew a face card, so I was able to draw another card from a pile.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
So so it becomes like my normal 2.
Gotcha. Okay. So now you're rocking with 3 in total, right?
I'm rocking with 2.
Oh, just the 2. Okay, gotcha. They replaced then. Okay, I'm still figuring out some of the abilities.
If I drew a face,
with 1.
I don't use the face. I just draw another card.
Yeah, and because she used it last time, or because they used it last time, they started with 1 in their hand instead of 2 in their hand.
So it just now it comes back to 2.
Okay.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yep.
That's a nope, but yep. All right, so that's a 10 of clubs, a 2 of diamonds. That's 2 pair rocking already. That is an 8 of spades, given a flush draw, and that is a 4 of clubs. So, all right. What did you get here?
So, I already have a king, and there's a pair of 3s, so I'm using my joker to make 3 of a kind and a pair, so that's full house.
Okay. That'll beat a flush.
Yes! Oh, just beat 2.
Just barely beats
okay.
a flush, but it beats a flush.
It beat it. That's what matters.
And let me just make sure. Yeah, that's accurate there. Awesome. So, Yeah, you are, and we are at 5 kings, as a reminder. You are able to make these Molotovs. Since it is night, you are doing this by candlelight, and there is a moment where you shaky hands, you're a little bit nervous for the morning, right? Shaky hands spill some of the different flammable liquids, and the candle is mighty close. But nothing too much happens. Luckily, you're able to keep things from getting a little bit heated.
We should really learn not to do flammable things near flame.
Last time
It's
it
the
was a
risk
spark
we
by
take.
the dynamite, I believe, because there happened to be flint in the soil, or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now we're talking to our Press Gazette editor in chief. Boom. James, you got your 2. All right, 8 and a 3. All right, let's see. We got 8 of spades and a 3. Wow, immediately that looks nice for you.
Same.
And another 3. Holy hell!
Oh, wow.
All right, and a 6 and a 2. So they don't
Well, I
get
got-
anything else either. Wow.
Full house.
And that's
Yeah.
an ace and a jack. So, useless in this scenario. You're taking the cake easily there. Awesome. Which does mean you now have the ability. Here's what I'm going to say. Are you okay with doing one more dispute? And
Sure.
if so, I'm actually going to let you do something. That was a strong success.
Yeah.
If you'll do one more dispute, I will let you convince them to move the entire printing press into the street.
Yes, that would be great.
Okay, let's do it.
4 and a 10.
Because I love this idea, and I think you got a strong enough success to put us in that range. Okay, so a 5 of hearts, Jack, which puts another one in here, a 4 of hearts, a 2 of hearts, and a 10 of diamonds. All right. Now, a joker.
Oh.
Oof. An ace of clubs. And a 9 of clubs. Interesting. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
Because at minimum, we're rocking with a flush here. Because we got 4
Wait.
hearts up here and the joker.
Yeah, but if you use the Joker, you can do 2, 3, 4, 5 in hearts, and that is a straight flush.
That is true. You are right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute.
Because the Joker would be
yeah.
the 4.
No, it should be.
Or the 2,
No,
the 3.
we
2,
need
3, 4,
5.
5.
So you need ace,
Oh,
2,
you need-
3, 4, 5. It's a good thought. It's just not quite there.
Oh my God.
It is still a flush. If the ace were a heart, we'd be right there. So
Yeah, I only have 2 pair.
Ooh.
So because I have a 4 and a 10, which doesn't beat a flush.
no, it does not.
No.
You're gonna take a grit there. I think that they want to help you, and so you are able to get. I would say they'll give you an item here,
Okay.
but you're not gonna get that printing press out in the streets. So
Well, it's just more flammable stuff, whether it be paper or ink. So,
yeah. I know you were looking for stuff to put in the streets, so you can get old back issues probably to put in the streets, if you'd like.
these bag issues, they're fine. Like, you'll just kind of sprinkle them about. I'm sure my friend, River over there will probably throw something on here later and just go whoosh. It'll be fine.
So
I have a question. We have a gazette. How literate is this town?
I mean, some are very literate, some are semi-literate, right? Like I think it spans the gambit a little bit, but I think most people are somewhat literate. The town is pretty small, so for it to house a newspaper, you got to have a percentage, right? At least. I think reading is something that they. What's interesting is on the map there's not a school, which
Yeah,
is probably
it's just a gazette.
I don't know if that's an oversight or a narrative decision, because, you know, the school is a zone that I would not want you setting traps anyway. So, like, we could make a school, but it's a weird spot, right? Like, for shoot 'em up games like this, kids are usually off limits. So, you know. But anyway, so anything else we want to do here?
I think just making sure the papers are thrown all over the ground for easy kindling.
Okay. You know what? We are going to, because I think the papers is part of a trap, I think we're going to have this be, it's kind of cheap, but I'm going to have this be one more dispute. Okay. And multiple of y'all can be in this dispute if you want. It's not just Ephraim this time.
Hey, I got 2 grit back. I'm doing great.
I understand that. But if anybody else wants to help, and this will take several hours, I think, because it's just moving from point A to point B, but it'll take a little while.
Yeah, I'll help.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and draw your 2 cards, and we'll see how this goes. Okay.
5 and 9.
2 and a 4. Okay. And nobody's got any kings?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Because all we need is 1 king to push us over the edge here. After this, you know, if y'all are done, we can also just head on to the morning. But here is our river. 5 of spades. There's a king. King of clubs. 8 of clubs. Ace of clubs. And another king.
Oh,
A king of hearts.
that means we're definitely going to the morning.
Oh, 100% we are. Last chance for any abilities. Because you did use your ability. Oh, wait a minute. Because you did use your ability, your Agent P, you are only supposed to have 1 card this time. Because you used your ability again.
Yeah, last time.
I used my
shopkeeper
ability. Yeah.
Which means you only. Oh wait, you won it. So never mind. You won it.
I won it.
It's if you lose it that's right.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, there it is.
fold.
Sorry, I forgot. I thought it was no matter what. Sorry.
That's
You
okay.
fold.
Yeah.
Fold.
Okay.
I'll take one for the D. It's a long shot, but it's still a shot.
Diggs has no choice. Diggs is stuck in it. All right. Anything you want to do, Diggs?
No, let's
Okay.
do this.
That's a 2 of
I believe in you,
clubs.
Diggs.
That is a 7 of spades. That's a 4 of diamonds. It's not looking bad for you yet. And there's a 9 of hearts.
They got nothing.
A 2 pair. I got an 8 and the 2 kings are there.
That'll do it. That'll do it just fine and dandy. All right. So we got ourselves some newspaper set up somewhere that we can make flammable. There we go. Alrighty then. So night passes. At some point, y'all are tired, and you know that you're gonna have to get some sleep because you gotta get up early and make sure you are ready before Rocky and his folks ride into town. So you are maybe get one last nightcap at the saloon. Wish everybody a good night and head off to your respective places. When you wake up in the morning, there is somebody in the streets, one of Rocky's folks, shouting, "People of Brightspring, this is your final warning. Get out now, because we're coming. And anybody who's left in this town is a mortal enemy of Rocky. And you've seen what Rocky does to people who are Rocky's enemies. And if you're unsure, there's a gravestone marked eagle to help you remember. All right. We'll be back at high noon.
It's good. At high noon.
Well, call me Apollo, because I'm going to be rivals of this Rocky, I guess. Let's do this.
Also, I feel like every time I do high noon, I have to get farther and farther, like, with it.
Absolutely.
I have to step it up every single time. It's fine. All right. So we have, there's not a ton of time. It is probably 9, 10 a.m., so you don't have enough time to really do a lot of setting up in the morning. Let me just double check the morning. So the shops are closed, and only a few stragglers are left on the streets. Basically, none of the critters showed out to help you. There were a couple of young folk that wanted to, and I think one of y'all said no. Right? There's I think sometimes an aspirational, like, 12-year-old that's like, I'm gonna go and fight. Like, no, you're not. Right? And so you are set up and ready. You check some of the traps, but judgment is riding this way. So here's what's going down. Is Rocky has a bunch of folks. Rocky has 8 folks with him. Each one is labeled after a face card. So you got the Jack of Spades, Jack of Diamonds, Jack of Hearts, Jack of Clubs, Queen of all the suits. Rocky is the king. So, you are, we are basically, as this fight goes on, every time something happens, you are trying to, like, in the river, when these cards show up, that is when you will deal damage against them, right? So there's a chance that these cards don't show up, which is kind of interesting. But anytime a king shows up, you're fighting with Rocky.
Sweet.
And let's see. But the downside of this is if you're losing against these folks, every face card deals a grit.
Oh.
Good.
Yep.
Mm.
So
I got them.
there is a chance. It's a wild chance, but there is a chance that there's 7 grit dealt to somebody if the river is muck with face cards. And so is my hand. So just so you know, this could be quick and dirty. Just getting everybody ready for this right now. I'm very excited to see how this goes. But the way traps will work, by the way, for those of y'all who are unsure, when when a trap happens, I will draw a river, basically. And let me double check the actual rules of traps. When you're up against Rocky's band and a trap is there, you can spring it. Have the critter run and have me draw a river of 5. Deal 1 grit to each face card there, or the lowest remaining face card. Each trap can be used only once. So, you guys basically tell me. So I am going to sort of let you guys somewhat drive this. I think we do start with the first area y'all engage is outside of town. Because if I let them already be in town, we've already left 1 trap behind, right?
Right.
So we sort of forced my hand with that one a little bit, which is fine. But that's the first place we're going to end up with a fight. So Rocky and the bandits run right into town. Everybody go ahead. And anybody who is in this firefight, go ahead and draw. I assume everybody you can fold out, right? Like, there's not a lot of loss to be had here. So, Everybody got your cards?
Yeah. Ephraim would have his over-under double-barrel shotgun ready and just itching. I'm itching to push this lever.
Heck yeah. All right. So, we got 9 of spades, a queen. So that means one of the queens is showing up to this fight. We got a 3 of clubs. We got an ace of hearts. And we got a 4 of clubs. There's the possibility, I believe, of more showing up in my hand. But for now, that's what we got. And when we're in these, I believe you're going to spring traps in the middle of these. So what'll happen is if you spring a trap, I will draw a river and will deal damage then and there.
I would say, because you get one for your hand, right? Because there's a queen in there.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right, I do.
And if we spring a trap, that's an extra river for us, basically.
So what it does is I draw the river, and any face cards in that get dealt damage to. So if there's kings, you're shooting at Rocky, right? Or Rocky is hit with this trap. If there's, say, we get another Queen of Diamonds, the Queen of Diamonds takes a damage. If we get all face cards in that, you did a crap ton of damage to some people. Right?
Yeah. I don't know how everyone else feels, but I think we could probably spring the first trap.
The trap river doesn't add cards to your hand, though, right?
No, it does not.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I mean, we might as well spring the trap and hopefully get a whole bunch of face cards and get them out of the way.
Can we still use our abilities?
Yes, but I don't know if for the trap itself. But yes, you can still use your abilities to resolve the dispute. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless, yeah. Actually, so there aren't a ton of abilities I think that affect the river, but if you do have one, we can talk about it. Oh, you got.
They don't affect the river. Oh.
There we go. Okay, so while you're doing that, I am going to see the river here. Hey, Queen of Hearts is gonna take a damage here. Okay, and to be straightforward with y'all, because it doesn't. I don't think it matters for you guys to know this too much. Each of the queens has 3 grit, and each of the jacks has 2. Rocky has 10.
Do we make a hand with the second river as well?
No. This is just for damage purposes, and I'm just writing down. So I'm gonna cover those back up.
Okay. So there's a queen though.
So, how's everybody doing? Are we ready to go here?
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fold.
I would also like to fold.
Fold? Okay. So 2
I
My
gotta
folds.
trap, I'm going to stay with it.
Well, that's interesting for you, my friend. And that's a king. Oh. It got a little nasty there on you, didn't it? But it is only... I'm looking at a pair right now. So there is the possibility that you're doing okay.
I also only have a pair, but it's 3s.
Ooh. Okay. Well, you are going to lose that then. Unless you've got some ability you can use.
Nope, I'm just prospector.
Okay. So... Queen of Diamonds. So that does deal 3 grit to you. Let me actually make sure of something. Deal 1 grit to each crit. Win a handing. Yes. So that's how I'm understanding it. It does say win a hand against a river, which is interesting. So, but yeah, here we go. So, you are going to take 3 grit. So,
And then do they take, and they all take grit damage too, because the trap was sprung?
the trap was sprung. The heart is the one that got hit with the river there. So the heart did take 1 grit. But everybody else is still full up.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. So,
Hey, I love making things blow up. Take that, Rocky.
it's, this I feel like this is a perfect example of the trap somewhat succeeding, but then eroding like your cover. I think it blows up and like puts you out in the open. It actually moves like maybe a wagon that you'd set in front of you to like hide behind, and you get hit with rock and have a few bullet holes in your shirt. I don't know if you get full shot yet, because there's I don't know how many times you can get shot before you're done, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, and we can back up further into town. I know we had the bolo style trap. So, do we want to spring the bolo style trap before we get into the next dispute, or in the middle of it?
Yes.
Before?
I think before it makes more sense because they'd be advancing once we below our cover, so they think like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little less confusing that way, as well for us. So, this river, you hit the Jack of Clubs for 1.
Ooh.
You're gonna hit Rocky for 1.
Yes.
And Rocky for 2.
Oh, nice.
I think Rocky is leading the way. Rocky is leading the way and fully gets taken off his horse and thwacks his head on a rock that is on the ground too. So that is 2 down for Rocky. That's good news for y'all. Okay. So now we're in a fight here in this position.
Hey, Ephraim, you're at 3 grit, right?
I'm at 2.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna use my ability.
So, we all in?
Yep.
All right. 7 of clubs, 10 of spades, 6 of spades. Rocky's in this fight, king of spades, and a joker. Everybody's got a wild. That does put another face card in this too. Or another card in my hand too.
I'm going to use my ability because I have a 10 and an ace. Joker will make 3 10s. Gonna pull 2, see if I can get... No. 9 and queen, so neither of them work.
So that's a grit loss, right?
Yep.
Which puts you at 3 grit now, right?
Puts me at 1.
Oh, it puts you at 1? Wait,
Yeah.
you took some from the trap. You
Yeah.
took 3 grit loss. Oh, 1 left.
Yeah, 1 left.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yes. So
I'm
real
like
quick,
counting down, yeah.
Yeah. So Diggs, your ability has been usable this whole time. I don't know if that I was just confused by that or if everybody was, but just to make sure and state that. I think you lean out to try and do covering fire in this exchange, and it does not go well for you.
No.
All right. How's everybody else doing? Any other abilities? Anybody folding out? Because now's the time if you're folding out. And I will say, I think you know that if Ephraim stays in this fight and loses, Ephraim is dead. Just so you know.
Do I have to stay if I use my ability?
I do not believe you do.
Oh.
I believe you can still fold. That's a little murky in the rules, but I'm going to allow you to...
I'm going to hold.
Okay.
I'll stay in.
I'm not going to fold.
I'll play it risky.
Hey, staying in,
I'm not
staying
gonna,
in.
yeah.
Kay, how we doing?
Yep.
Yeah, staying in.
All right. We got an ace of clubs. We got a two of spades. And we got another ace. Yikes. I do believe that's going to be three aces.
Yeah, that's three aces. Which beats my three tens.
I have a flush. Because there's three spades in the river. I have a spade.
Three? Let me double check.
Yeah. Flush
Flush
beats three.
Three
Well,
over time.
Then I also think wait. Oh, no. Yeah, I also have a flush. But your flush is likely higher than mine because I have the lowest possible version of this flush. Because I have a 2 as my card. So.
I have a queen.
Yeah, you beat me.
Wait, would that... So, I have a question.
Yes.
When something says when I win a tie, would this classify a tie if we don't take into account the highest card?
Does it say when you win a tie? Or
Yeah, it says when I win a tie, I get... if there is a tie, I automatically win it, kind of thing.
So, I don't think so.
Okay.
1 second. Oh, no, this is a tie then. Or no. Ties are decided by the next highest card in the hand. Yeah, so I would say that this is a tie.
Okay, so I get to win it, and I get to deal 1 grit to Rocky.
Okay, so that's 2 total grit down to Rocky, or 2 for this one. 4 total grit down. Rocky is at 6.
Amazing.
We are
And
Let's go.
lose
wailing up
1
on
grit,
Rocky.
right?
What?
Because I lost that, I lose 1 grit.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, you do. I forgot you lost it. I forgot you lost it.
Nations.
Ephraim, here's the thing. How do you die, and what are your last words?
I imagine I'm trying to run from like one spot to another as I avoid the trap, and then I just get like shot in the back, and I tumble towards my friends, and I merely say, "Don't go in my shack."
You can see Rocky is the one who shot you in the back, by the way. And you can see them absolutely coolly. There's like a zoom in on their face that they blow the smoke off their gun barrel. Boom goes the dynamite. Yeah. So
I want to kill
I
him
have
even more now.
bones. Yeah, I have multiple bones to pick with Rocky.
all right. So absolutely. So I think we're headed probably to where the gazettes are in the street. I don't actually know where that feels like somewhere in this as well, right? So do we want to spring that trap immediately, or wait a minute?
Because it's flammable, so it'd be them running into it.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we didn't quite say where it was in the street. We just said we did it. I assume it's near the Brightspring Gazette because you all weren't trucking those crosstown, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm willing to say that can be our next spot for a clash, if you'd like.
Yep.
All right. Before I do this, actually. So, this trap goes off. 5 of clubs. That's 1 for Rocky. And it's just Rocky who gets hit in this.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked, Rocky.
So Rocky is halfway down.
Well, he
Okay.
should be.
So now time for a clash.
Okay.
As a note, this is likely going to be much harder if we have you missing the grit from the first half. Yeah. So y'all, if we draw 2 here, let's see what we got. There is one of the jacks in this fight. We got a 6 of clubs, 4 of diamonds, 6 of spades, 4 of diamonds, 9 of clubs, 10 of hearts, jack of diamonds. And another one to my hand. So, who's folding? Who's using abilities? What do we got going on?
My question first would be, Agent P, do you need to fold?
I'm like thinking, hold on. Looking at everything and I'm just like, hold on.
The death of Ephraim rocked the group. It just
Well, I do want to let you know, if you need to fold, do it, because
I need to fold. I don't
Okay.
have. I really don't have anything.
Okay, I'm gonna take one for the team, but I'm gonna let our GM know right up at the top. I'm using the poncho, which means the woolen poncho, so I ignore all loss of grit this dispute.
There you go. There you
Because
go.
I also have nothing, but I'm gonna take.
That's amazing.
Oh,
What do you have?
So-
An 8 and a.
So,
I have a 5 and an 8.
so what I'm gonna
That's all.
say is you don't have to use it yet.
Okay.
If they also have nothing, you might win. What do you have?
I have a 5 of diamonds and an 8 of spades.
So close to something worthwhile here.
Yeah, I was so close, and I was like, nope.
that
There's
was
immediately
also
a
so
pair.
Close.
yeah, that's why I was like.
All right, so, yeah, so that is going to be a wash for y'all. Okay,
Yeah. So saved by my woolen poncho.
so where do you guys want to retreat now? Your immediate 3 traps have been spent. You still have what is it?
The
Sheriff's
Molotovs.
office, the Molotovs. Are there any other? The Molotovs, I think we're going to do Mayor's Mansion, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna climb on top and shut them down.
Okay. That would be, if you're logically sort of retreating, that would be the next thing on this path. But it is up to y'all what you want to do.
I think it would be just the Molotovs just trying to, like, in a rage from, like, losing Ephraim especially.
Absolutely.
And it's just like, for Ephraim!
Cook him like a chicken.
Heck yeah. Well, there's one of the jacks.
Gonna get roasted in here. Okay.
And a Joker. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
Actually,
God.
because it's a Joker, which is... we're going to
A
leave
wild card.
Rocky.
There's Rocky,
Rocky.
at least once.
There's
That's Rocky. Oh, there's more Rockies.
And there's an ace. We haven't been counting the Jokers as face cards in general, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to do it here just for consistency's sake. Do I think you would be fine making it Rocky? Absolutely. But I can't let you win that easy. You got to fight for it. Come on.
I love that you said that easy, and we've already lost one.
Uh-huh. Granted, Ephraim
Foster.
pretty much tanked all of the beginning damage for y'all. The rest of you are pretty much untouched. So, okay. So now for the shootout at the mansion.
Don't
Okay.
go in my
Okay.
shack.
Rocky's in this. King of clubs.
Yes.
One of the queens is in this. Queen of clubs. So. Any abilities y'all want to use or anything you want to do here?
Nope. I know what I have, I think.
Okay.
I'm staying in.
Perfect. Because this is a time, if you lose, it's immediately 2 grit at the minimum of a loss. So it is a little bit higher than it was previously. So everybody staying in?
I'm staying in.
But for
But you're
metagame reasons of if I do lose the 2, then I activate my ability for that.
okay.
Yes, let's see them all.
So 2 of diamonds, 10 of diamonds. So that's a pair of 10s, 9 of clubs, and a 7 of diamonds. So only rocking with a pair.
I have a flush. I have 2 hearts, and there's 3 hearts on the river.
There you go. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Dealing a damage to Rocky, and another damage to the Queen of Spades.
Isn't Rocky almost down? Like 2 points away from...
I have 3 points away, but yes.
3 points away.
Close,
Okay.
but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we definitely got Rocky with one of the Molotovs. Singed his fur a little bit.
So that is the mansion. Your last place with a trap is the sheriff's office.
I feel like there's probably going to have to be a dispute before we get to the sheriff's office, just because of that distance from the mayor's to the sheriff's.
I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and do it then. So yeah, you'll probably stop. It'll probably be somewhat in front of the jailhouse, as Rocky's,
Like near the church.
Yeah, church and jailhouse here.
Very windy.
So we got Rocky involved, and we got 2 of the queens. And that's 3 face cards, meaning I've got 5 cards here for me.
Oh god.
How's everybody doing?
I'm gonna risk it. No. Bye.
How are we feeling about that shopkeeper ability?
No. Oh, you know what? Let's do that.
Yeah?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna shuffle my discard. I'm gonna shuffle it. Please. Fuck yes. So I get to draw an extra card.
Yeah, you do.
Oh. Hold on. I need to do some calculation.
Okay. Is that the possibility of you stepping out, or are
Staying
you in
in.
no matter what?
I'm gonna be in.
Okay, and Kay, are you staying in as well?
Yeah.
All right. So, given that everyone is definitely staying in, I will start revealing cards because it'll take a minute here. Oh, there's another king, and there's another queen. That's a full house off the rip. Wow. Holy crapola. Wowza.
At least it's not a royal flush.
No,
At least.
this is extremely bad.
Yeah, it's a straight flush at the very least.
No.
10 jack.
Full
wait.
house is
10 jack. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
you need an ace.
Yeah, you need an ace. But it is still a flush
So,
kings and
full house.
queens, which means... Or, yeah, flush. Sorry, not... Or
Full
a full
house.
house. I keep saying flush. a full house, kings and queens. And so
I
y'all
just have 3 of a kind.
the massive downside to it is this is a 7 grit damage. That's why I was saying this is really bad.
To everyone?
No.
It would be to everyone, if I'm understanding this correctly.
Yeah. We start 6, so it doesn't matter where you were in the group.
Yeah.
The group is out.
We just die.
Well,
Worst possible luck.
yeah, absolutely.
This is good. I like this. This is fun.
This is holy crap.
Hard said TPK.
I'm just I'm just making sure that that this is the way that on losses 1 grit is dealt to these crew. Okay. So I you're not dead. You're not dead.
That depends. How much is dealt?
So there's still going to be 3 damage dealt, but not 7 damage.
So I'm dead.
Oh no!
Because
Who's gonna put you in the ground?
it specifically says
Dixie!
plus each type of face card in the river. So this hand does not apply here, which we may have done accidentally from earlier, because I misread it. This is the first time we're playing it.
In like a plot twist, can Ephraim be alive?
I'm fine.
I will do a hand against you for this.
You know what?
Twist.
I'll do a hand against you for it. That we can do that. I love that as a solution for this. Actually, I was gonna say, because I did mess up the opposite direction at the beginning, and this way at the end, it probably washes. But I'm okay letting the cards decide. Are we playing classic rules? So you're doing abilities?
I'm doing abilities.
Okay, that does mean that I've got the face cards add to my hand.
No.
I was gonna I was gonna just do the 2.
I don't trust this.
Okay.
I won't use my abilities then.
Okay, then I will go straight up 2 cards against 2 cards here.
Okay.
All right, so the river, 5 of spades, ace of hearts again, king of spades, and a 6 of clubs.
That's a spread.
It's very interesting, yeah. What do you got over there, friend?
So there's a pair in the river itself.
Yes. Is that all you got?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what.
That's all I got.
We'll see what the cards decide here.
The heart of the
10
cards.
and a 5.
A pair.
That's 2 pair.
2 pair.
Oh.
Because I got a pair of 5s and a pair of aces. So.
Damn.
Ephraim stays dead.
Damn
It was worth a shot.
Like it here.
It was.
The wind hears your call and shouts back no.
No, I just see like the tumbleweed.
Right. So
We need Digsy to have like a proper farewell.
I think. Oh yeah. So yeah, Diggs. How do you die, and what are your last words, friend?
I think I see the situation going bad, and I just, instead of running towards the sheriff's office, turn around. And I'm just like shooting wildly because I'm not a great shot. I'm gonna try and help though with my last words and be like, "You stay away from my gold in the sheriff's office."
Oh.
I say. So, are you running towards the sheriff's office? You said.
Well, so I was, because we were trying to get them to the trap, and then I see it going bad, so I turn and I like stand my ground and just start shooting at them and shout, "You stay away from the sheriff's office! You stay away from my goals in the sheriff's office!"
Can I add a little bit to this because I love this? I love this so much. So your fight takes a little bit, and you get backed up all the way to the graveyard, and as you get shot, you fall in a grave that you dug. Do you like that?
Oh.
Because I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like fall backwards in the grave.
That's so poetic.
And Rocky is gonna once again, who delivered the killing blow, another one bites the dust.
He knew it. I knew he was gonna say that. It was in my head. I'm running into the sheriff's office and like trying to lure Rocky and his gang in there.
Absolutely.
To set this trap off.
I think there's a window out the back.
Or digs.
Because you don't want to be in the sheriff's office when it goes down.
Yep.
But yes, so
This is for digs.
if you get, so I will level with you here. If there are 3 kings in this river, you defeat Rocky and you survive, and everything is good. That is where we're at in this game. That's a queen. That's an 8. You need the rest of these to be kings. That's not a king. That's not a king, and that's a jack. Okay. But those folks are digging themselves out of the rubble as the final, what's probably the final firefight continues here. It may not be actually the final firefight, but
Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
How we feeling? Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. A jack, a queen, and an ace are in there. That's good for you. But Rocky's not at all involved in this. But you're sitting on 3 aces, so that can't be bad, right?
That can't be bad, but at the same time, I still want to use my ability like one last time. Let's see if luck is still with me. I'm gonna shuffle this deck. I am so lucky today. Thank the heavens.
Wild.
Okay. Hard. Yeah, that's not gonna help me in any capacity, but okay. I have 3 aces, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. And an 8 and a 10. So they got nothing. So that is a strong stance. The Jack of Diamonds dies. Jack of Diamonds is gone.
Goodness.
It can hurt you no longer.
Game.
The Queen of Spades takes a second hit as well, but is still up. So, where are we going in town? What are we doing? You're out of traps. So now it's just a dogfight. A vulture fight?
A vulture fight.
A vulture fight. So, where would you like to fight now?
Graveyard.
Yeah, just in the graveyard.
That is poetic, I think.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
Okay. I got my cards. They're not amazing, but we'll see.
No faces in the river. Oh, okay. So if there's no faces in the river, you deal to the lowest possible person, right? So this would be one of the jacks. He's involved in this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the jacks is coming after you. All right. Anything you want to do?
I gotta. Nope. I'm not gonna fold. I'm good.
So that is 2 pair over here.
I also have a 2 pair.
Okay. What's your extra pair? 8s and what?
8s and 10s. So this is a tie.
Tie.
Okay. So what is your next card?
It's a 3.
Oh, wait a minute. Is your ability that you win ties or that when you win ties?
I win a tie, and I deal an extra grit.
Then I think, so that was a tie, is what that was.
Yeah.
So I win it.
There you go.
And I deal an extra grit to the lowest.
Yeah, to the lowest jack.
Person.
Which I gotta remember what the order of suits is.
Clubs is the lowest.
Yeah, clubs.
Clubs
Okay,
is lowest.
So clubs is dead.
And then, yay.
So yeah.
This is just a plain old shootout now. We're just
This is
drawing hands.
out in the gravestone.
We're drawing hands.
It's a.
We're drawing hands and throwing hands.
We're at this end here. Somebody's going down here pretty soon. That is 4 threes in the river. Holy hell.
And a 9. You know
That's
what?
wild.
I'm staying in. I'm not gonna go anywhere. This is great.
Are you sitting on a 3? Because that'd be hilarious.
No.
Okay, just asking. There's a jack and another 3. That is 5 threes. Can you beat 5 threes?
Wait, hold on.
Wait a second.
Isn't
That's supposed to be
5
one deck.
threes? There's no 5 of a kind. It's just 4 of a kind.
Yeah.
There is not.
Four
So technically-
Five,
this is
because usually
also
you're
a-
playing with a single deck. Because we've decided to play with multiple decks, 5 of a kind is possible.
Oh.
So yeah, so they've not included it here. It is a high difficulty, right? It's above 4 of a kind
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, okay. Then,
But either way, it's
then I
4 of a
would-
kind with a jack, right? If you did.
Oh, you would still
So, yeah.
win because I have 8 and a 10.
Okay. So that is 1 grit to you.
Okay, where's my eraser? There it is. I am holding on.
Bang, 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 bang.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not
Bullets
expect this
flying.
to just end up being round after round of Texas
1v1.
Yeah, 1v1.
Yes, it's just that's what it is. 1v1.
This is wild.
There's only space enough for one of us in this town here.
It's about to be Rocky's.
Oh god.
So, Nichols, did you think that the shopkeeper would be the one to outlive us both?
Just passing like spiritual
No.
gin back and forth.
I love this. Can we have this be like a Star Wars version where you've got like your Force ghosts watching the firefight happen? This is amazing. I love this. Yes,
The Force
please.
ghosts are sitting at a small table with gin, just playing poker. Like, do you think? I don't know. I had no idea the shopkeeper would. Honestly, I thought you would be the one like doing it. I clearly would be the first one out. I was partially wrong, still out, but you know.
I just really want them to go to my. I don't want our friend River to go to my shack, but it'd be great if Rocky went to my shack and opened up the door without checking for traps.
So,
Did you tell anybody your shack
No.
was written?
No, because it's also full of gold. I've been embezzling from Ricky Ricks.
I have a question.
That's not gonna
Sorry.
go well for whoever picks it out.
If I use my ability, my shopkeeper's ability to like shuffle my discard and like instead of a face card draw a joker. No, that won't count because we haven't been using jokers as face cards.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel weird about that one.
We
I'm not
haven't.
gonna lie. We haven't. That's the correct. It feels weird though.
Yeah. Okay. Please. I don't want to just go into the next fight with just one card.
The heart of the god.
I need to go to a temple tomorrow. Give my
Right?
thanks.
Either that or pay whoever was teaching you sleight of hand more money. One of the.
Wait, we're allowed to do that? I should have been doing that.
I like to think that the Force ghosts keep like sliding cards. Waking up.
Something interesting is happening here, by the way. Because the Jack of Diamonds has already been defeated, this is only a 1 grit fight, not a 2 grit fight. Because the Jack of Diamonds can no longer hurt you, because the Jack of Diamonds is also at the poker table with the 2 Force Ghosts.
He's also playing. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm good. I feel good about this. I feel very good about this.
You feel good about this? Okay. Okay, so we got a Queen, Jack, 7, 10, and 5. And there's a King. There's an 8. There's a 4. And there's another Jack. So, we got a pair of Jacks. 10, Jack, Queen, King. Nope, that's nothing. Yeah. That looks to be just a pair of Jacks.
I have a full house. With 3 5s and a pair of 7s.
All right. So that is the Queen of Diamonds takes a shot. I feel like they're sort of like, they've brought up a wagon and are sort of one by one coming out of this wagon now, right? Like, the way we've gotten draws is 1-on-1. Like, it's been 1 shot versus 1 shot here. So I think they're just singly leaning out and being like, oh, I'll just take a shot this time. You do it this time. You do it this time. Like,
just poking out their head.
So Jack of Diamonds, you're ready to go and burn in a lake of fire, right? We all know where you're going. Right?
I think that I lived an upright life for the most part.
Are you kidding me? You're rolling with Rocky.
Yeah, but did I have any other choice? What happens? You ever seen anybody who left Rocky's gang?
No, but you joined in the first place.
Yeah?
Not like you didn't know who he was.
Well, enjoy that sarsaparilla before you get pulled under. So,
Thanks.
Okay.
It's mango flavored. All right.
Mango. Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
That's a 7. So that gives us a pair. Oh, and I need another card here because that Jack. That's a 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. And an ace. So, so close to a flush draw, but nothing there. So just a pair.
Got a straight.
And you taking on Jack of Hearts is now dead. We got another player at the poker table. Jack of Diamonds, Jack of Spades, Jack of Hearts are all there.
Most of the jacks.
Howdy, y'all.
well,
What are we
I feel
betting
like
on
it's
in this Force Ghosts poker game?
I think for bragging rights, clearly it's Jack of Hearts. I don't think they finished cooking you when they pulled your soul from your body. Or were you always like that?
What does that mean?
Are you a little drunk right now? Did you go into this vibe for like intoxicated?
Who's not a little drunk when a gunfight's happening?
Literally anyone else in a gunfight.
I shoot better with a couple of drinks under my belt.
Are you sure?
How did I die to this Jack here? Jack Goose.
How'd you know Jack was my name?
Because I can see it printed on your forehead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did Rocky make you all change your name to Jack? Because that's Jack, and that's Jack.
Did y'all write Jack on my forehead again while I was sleeping? No, I didn't do it. Anyway, all right. So this was. We're gonna take another shot here. Woo. No.
The cards.
But you know how the Queenies are. They're mean and vicious like.
I just want 3 kings in this somewhere.
We've not seen a king since I mentioned that it was possible. So I need to I don't know. Do something over here. All right, so the Jack of Clubs is involved in this. 10 of Hearts, 4 of Clubs, Ace of Hearts, 7 of Diamonds, 5 of Diamonds.
How is the Jack involved?
Because it's the lowest face card.
Lowest.
It's the only Jack left.
Oh.
So he'll take the damage.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a 1 grit fight.
I'm gonna use my shopkeeper's ability and hope for the best.
You're rolling the dice.
If I get lucky. I'm rolling the dice and I've been lucky so far.
This vest is really hot, by the way. There's 0 breathability in this vest.
Yeah, feel you there. This vest is definitely wool.
This is like pleather.
Oh, not pleather.
It's bad. It's bad over here.
Cool.
God.
Are you just throwing away face cards in your discard pile over there?
I wish. You know what? I can draw again.
No, you're good. I'm just giving you crap because I can. We're here for a fun time, right? Like.
Not for a long time. Absolutely.
Exactly.
We're definitely not here for a long time.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay. Are we
I
good?
got it.
What you rocking with?
I got a flush.
You got a flush. Hearts or diamonds?
Diamond.
Okay.
Oh, it depends on.
I don't have a flush for sure now.
Okay.
Yep. I got a pair of 5s.
Nice. Okay.
I think at this
Does
point.
this take care of the last Jack?
This takes care of the last Jack. I think at this point, you hear a quiet from Rocky. You done picking off my folks?
Well, if I
think
gotta
we need
get
a-
closer to you,
we
I
need a
gotta
quick
start
draw.
picking them off in some way or another.
Just do a quick draw. They should just do a quick draw. 1v1. Last hand wins.
It's getting to that point here in a minute. But I kind of want to try this. Keep it going for the minute. But we'll see. If it goes another minute or two without having a king on the line, we are going to do a different method of resolution here. Because this is
I might die here.
Right, you could at any point die here, and I have thought that for the last 6 turns. And
I'm using my shopkeeper's ability again because why the fuck not?
you're absolutely spamming it, and why wouldn't you? Is it?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So.
Okay. What do you got? What do we got? What is that?
Oh my God.
Oh. 10 to 10.
Okay.
Almost
I have.
have a full house.
Can we make a gentlefolks agreement here?
What? I won't make any of them face cards.
No, I was gonna say. Are you okay with us counting these 2 jokers for the purposes of damage as 2 kings? So that would be 2 Rocky
absolutely.
damage or 2 damage to you, depending on how this goes. Okay, cool. I'm not going to draw extra cards, but that sets us up for if Rocky gets hurt here for a
So I
possible
would count these
1v1.
as 2 kings.
So they don't have to stay at... apparently...
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Apparently that happens sometimes if you make the right
Celebrating
motions,
too early.
Apparently. So this is just for the purposes of damage. They can still be wild, but we're treating them as face cards for the purposes of damage, and I'm specifically attributing it to Rocky. Because I think this is cool, and if this sets us up for either, because you're how low? How much?
I'm two away. We're both 2 away.
So this either sets you up. Rocky is still 3. So this sets you up for either a loss here, or Rocky is down to 1, and you 1v1 each other to see who loses. So we have 2 hands left.
Can Ghost Diggums
Okay,
gift their
I have my
pocket watch?
Drop the board.
Okay, to be fair, the pocket watch is only super specifically useful if you have a straight.
Don't give it to me. Don't give it to me.
Well, you could use the pocket watch, whatever, but we can't just, like, I'm dead. This doesn't matter for me. My body's in the graveyard. That's where you're fighting.
I take it. No.
Are we ready for the reveal, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Because currently the river is sitting at a minimum of 4 10s.
Mm-hmm.
That is 5 10s over here.
5 10s. That would still be a full house, or 4 of a kind, or a full house. So yeah,
What
I
cards
take the
do you have?
damage. I have a 7 and a 3, and I use the 2 jokers as like to get like another 10 and another 7. So full house.
Whereas I don't have to use the jokers for anything other than 10 here. Or if we want to do full house, I can do kings over 10 and still win that. But 5 10s feels more resounding victory. Here, and Rocky is, you can see Rocky just strolling out, right? And bringing the fight to you. How does River die, and what is River's last words?
I think it's just gonna be like who can just like basically who can shoot the fastest, who can get to it first, and as like River's shot and they fall to their knees on the ground, they said they're like, "I'll see you soon, Pop." And yeah, that's it for River Sutton.
Perfect. Well, I'll wrap the dad joke into this. I think James knew that when you redeemed the dad joke anyway.
Yeah.
But Rocky.
Can I dad joke it?
Oh, please.
Me and my compatriots, we're going to Yalhalla. I'll see my brethren there.
I like that a lot. That's really great. And Rocky, I think we're gonna fade out of this encounter with a shot on Rocky. Classic gun up front, smoking a little bit. Blow the smoke off the gun. Looks like inventory's all sold out.
The Force Ghost just groaned really loudly.
You know what? That was a pretty good one. I don't like the man. But
No, it wasn't, Ephraim. Hush.
And then you're going to see Rocky turn to the queens who are left. Which the queens, by the way, a little bit of lore you never learned because they weren't Force Ghosts. The queens are a family. They are the Queen brothers and sisters, right? The Queen siblings, I should say. And they're a little bit wild and a little bit wacky. And he goes, light it all up. Burn it down. And Brightspring goes up in flames. This has been our game of Yee-Paw High Racoon. It's been a blast. Honestly, I've enjoyed every minute of it, y'all. So I know we went a lot longer than I expected us to. So we are gonna probably keep the ending here pretty short. Usually I'm try to be done about 45 minutes ago, but this was an amazing game and I enjoyed every minute of it, and I don't mind that we went way over. So let's start with this. It's been a great time playing this game with y'all. Thank you so much for coming. If folks want to find more out about you, and Agent P, we'll start with you. We're going to go left to right again. Same sort of method here for folks on screen. Where can they find you? Do you have anything cool or awesome going on right now that you can promote? That sort of stuff. Excuse me.
Well, hello, bye, or thanks for having me, everyone. I'm Agent P. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at @theagentp_ or on Instagram v.agent.p. You can find other APs that I've been on YouTube. I have a link to a YouTube playlist on my Twitter. Exciting projects coming up. Nothing I can announce for now, but maybe I might be on this channel again playing more one shots. I love one shots. I love trying out new games and game mechanics.
Heck yeah. Absolutely. Now, Kay, where can folks find you if they want to know some more?
You can follow me on Twitter at justthinkingk, or you can check out my link tree, which is justgayk. That has links to everything. If you want to play some wacky and wild games, I do a lot of stuff in Cypher now. I also have a lot of stuff in 5e. We are getting ready to publicly launch, because it's getting in the hands of the backers soon, a Cypher system setting called Harrow the Blighted Plain, which is like Treasure Planet meets Waterworld. So if you want to play something like that. And then in the fall, we're going to start the Kickstarter for Foxfire, which is our, again, Treasure Planet. Can you tell what Jess's favorite movie is? Meets DuckTales in space kind of game. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm almost always doing something. There's only 3 of us at Underground Oracle Publishing, but we publish at least 2 things a month. So check that out too.
That's amazing. Awesome. Love that so much. And then James.
Yeah, so you can find me, GravityFail87, on almost all socials, TikTok, YouTube, whatnot. Or you can catch me Thursdays, usually we're streaming, over on Sandbox Tabletop RPG on YouTube. If you go to my personal YouTube, which again is GravityFail87, you can see all the other fun little one-shots I've been in, constantly making modules and whatnot that I just give out for free to people. Or if you want me to turn you into an NPC, go over and comment on one of my videos and I'll turn you into an NPC.
Heck yeah, I love that. I will have to be doing that. So, for those of you who have stuck with us for this long, you're doing a great job. I love it. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the One Shot Wonderarium. If you liked what we're doing here on Roll for Respawn, we do have our Wednesday night game, which is the Wednesday night revival. We have one more episode left of Vampire the Masquerade before we're taking on a Dungeons and Dragons game that we're calling Isekai, where you've been a bunch of us have been brought into a new world. Our next episode here in the Wonderarium is Halo and Horns. That's an interesting system where with 3 players, 2 of them are GMs. One is the angel on somebody's shoulder, the other is the devil, and they are trying to fight to see which one can make the player character do their goal first. That's actually a pre-recorded session. I've already done it, and oh my god, was it fun. You have to tune into that. That'll be, I believe, on the 27th. Yes, the 27th. That's how math works. So tune back in for that. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I'm so very proud of it. We have Spunky Taylor and my friend Ace came in for that as well. So we've got some really, really good stuff in the works. And of course, I'm always cooking up something new. So thank you so much. We love y'all. And we'll see you next time here on the One Shot Wonderarium. Take care.